The usual nonsense is underway. We're going to discuss the Week 13 NFL picks against the spread. Final episode of the week. Not the sort of usual episode we have. We're going to bounce around games, talk about which ones we like the most. And as I said, the usual nonsense. Before getting to the usual nonsense, please hit like, subscribe, comment below, share this video, visit the link in the description for the merch store. Hey, guys, guess what? Once again, the Money Laundry t-shirt has returned. It is the third straight day I'm wearing this. That means it's such a cool shirt that you guys have to get it. You can go to the merch store, 20% off sale. You can turn these t-shirts into different colors or get hoodies, women's tank tops, infant onesies. And if you're a deranged lunatic, you can get a long sleeve t-shirt. You can go to Amazon, buy my books. The most recent one is Jerks to the College Years, where I made fun of people. If someone's making fun of me, they call me same shirt guy for 3 days. So it was a lot of fun to write. I think you guys will have a lot of fun reading it. Also, Safety and a Field Goal is my first book. It's basically a top 5 topic book about the NFL, where, mostly serious stuff, but some fun stuff as well. And please consider super chats, super stickers. It's the best way to support the show. We had John Sanders giving us a super chat yesterday, Kevin Kovac earlier in the week, and then Kevin Kovac and Slew previous weeks. Kevin Kovac gave us like $100 with the super chats. So thank you so much, Kevin, and everyone else. Just really appreciate it. You guys really keep the show going, and I can't say thank you enough. So, all right, we are joined by Tom at Quacky T for another Friday episode. Tom, how are you, and how's your week 12 and Thanksgiving?
Walter, here we are again. Hello to you and hello to everyone out there in the Walter football family. Oof, what a tough weekend, man. I started the week 1-0 on my bookie super contest card because I took Houston over Buffalo. And then I was like, wow, I only, it should be pretty easy to end up going 3-2 after going into the weekend 1-0. Well, I finished 3-1. It really hurt. It hurt pretty bad. I needed that week. It dropped me from 22nd to I think 118th now. Wow. So certainly not out of it. And I have a good chance to still do very well, but really tough week, man. The Vikings, that was, that was brutal. And you know what's crazy? It's like it was up until that muffed or like that punt went off of Minnesota, and then Green Bay recovered it on like the 7.
Yeah.
Like even to that point, it was 10-6. I mean, as bad as it was, and then that was just once that happened, just the floodgates opened. They couldn't do anything right from that point on, and I got a push with the Chiefs. I got them at -3. And then what were I can't even remember the other 2 games that I lost, but anyhow, on to lighter topics before we get into it. When's the last time you sent a fax?
I used to work at
Circuit City.
No, I used to work at a mortgage company, Mid-Atlantic Mortgage. This was unfortunately after the crash. So I actually did not sell a single mortgage during my time there. but here's the thing: to make yourself look better. That company went under 6 months later, so I don't think they sold many mortgages either. But we did have to send faxes and stuff like that to like the mortgage approval people. Like I had to collect people's information basically and send it to the bank, and they had to approve people. The problem was because of the financial crash, like they weren't approving anyone. I remember this couple, they're like super nice people. I talked to both the husband and the wife. Like the wife was a school teacher, the husband was a firefighter, and their credit was just not good enough. It wasn't even like that terrible. It was like in the 650 or something, but they just could not get approved because they weren't approving anyone who's not like 750 or above then because of the financial crisis. So like that was like the worst part. I had to tell these people like, I'm sorry, I can't give you a mortgage. But that like I did send faxes then. My parents had a fax machine too when I was a kid, and I think my printer doubles as a fax machine as well, but I haven't used that feature. I don't know. Why'd you bring that up though?
Oh, dude, give me your fax number.
I don't even know what it is.
Well, send me a fax and then I'll see where it came from. No, I don't know. I was just thinking about it. Funny enough, speaking of jobs, hey, what's up, Andy? Yeah, the Minnesota quarterbackless Vikings. Holy man, that was. You know what's horrible is when you pick a game and like you can tell like by watching it, just like pretty soon in that there's like no hope.
Yeah,
like
today's Eagles game, for example.
Yeah. That's why I didn't go in on it, but I would agree with that sentiment. How about, remember a couple of years ago we took, I think it was Browns and Ravens, and we took the Brown. I can't remember what they were, like +7. It was Dorian Robinson starting.
Yeah,
They won, like, I don't know, it was like 40-6, man. I mean, there was no prayer from jump.
right.
So, you hate those games, and that's for, well, I mean, that for the most part, that like, even though they had it close, like it was 10-6 before that muff kick, it was just like you still kind of felt like they just could not get anything going. So, tough one, man.
Yeah.
Well, not tough one, bad pick, I guess, on my part, but I don't know. I never expected it to be that bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's stuff like that happens, I guess. I don't know. The Eagles Bears game today was brutal. It's hard to say if like the Eagles were that bad or the Bears are that good. We had some comments before we went live. Where are you going to move the Bears in your power rankings? Do you still think they're overrated, or did they think they kind of prove you a little wrong today? Well, they had a negative point differential heading into the game. Like, did they prove me wrong, or did the Eagles just suck? Like, that, it could be the case that the Eagles just suck, or they just were a no-show. The Bears before this game, they struggled to beat the Steelers, and they struggled to beat the Vikings. Like, they were down by 1 against the Vikings before the kickoff return at the end of the game. Like, so how good could this team be? Their running game was really impressive today, but it looked like the Eagles are just going through the motions, which kind of surprised me because every single favorite lost on Thanksgiving. And if I'm the Eagles or like a coach or a player and I'm watching, I'm like, hey guys, like every favorite loss, let's not show up flat here. And it looked like the Eagles just didn't give a damn about that game. They just thought they were going to show up and win.
I feel like they've sleptwalked through the whole season.
Yeah.
And look, they have had some decent showings, of course. But it's like, in hindsight, it's just like you keep waiting. It's like, okay, like when's Saquon going to break out again? And yes, I know it's going to be, I mean, it's impossible to replicate the season he had last year. I'm not asking for that. But it's just like kind of keep waiting for him to get back over the hump. They're skating on their reputation right now.
Yeah.
I just feel like they had at no point where have I been like, oh, there they are. Now they're back.
I think we got a sign of that in the second Giants game when Barkley ripped off that 65-yard run and the Eagles ran for like 200 something yards in that game. I thought like, hey, okay, they're going to get going here, but they really haven't been able to sustain that sort of success.
And that's fair, but I'll counter and say that, I mean, they had some bad scatter. That's the game Scatabo got injured, and you could see it on Dart's face. It's like that it was game over in that moment. I mean, the Eagles were still winning at that point, but it was game over in that moment. So I think they had it was a good spot for them at mid game too to kind of look a little better maybe than conditions were ideal. I guess I'll say conditions were ideal.
Yeah.
From a mental standpoint, I think the Giants were completely taken out of the game at that point too. So,
we live bet the Eagles at that point. So we kind of knew that was.
That's right. I did. I based on your tweet. Yeah, actually, I live bet the Eagles because I read your tweet. So.
Yeah. Eagles remind me of the 2020 Buccaneers. Everyone thinks the offense will bounce back, but it doesn't. Yeah. It's like, I don't know what you call that. It happens to some team every year where they're highly thought of and they keep being overrated by the spread every single week and they don't meet expectations. And every single week we're like, okay, this is the week. Maybe this is the week team. Maybe that's what you call it. I don't know what you do, but like, I think that's a great comparison. The final Tom Brady season.
Yeah, and just look, just bet the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl now. And see what happens.
They may not make the playoffs.
No, I know. Hey, I got a question for you though. Sorry, I don't mean to change gears on you, but like I'm kidding, but I'm not. Who are the good teams in the NFL this year? Like, who's the first team that comes to mind? Because I'll tell you what, not
Rams.
Rams, I guess, but like I can't really think, as crazy as it sounds, I can't really think of another team. Now, I don't mean that quite literally, but it's like there aren't too many standout teams. You're like, oh, like the Bill, like the Chiefs. Oh,
it's the Rams and Seahawks.
Yeah,
Andy had them 1-2 in his power rankings, and he was right.
But I mean, like even then, it's just like okay, like there isn't a team that like usually every season you have a couple teams that look like they walk on water, man. Not this year. Even the Ravens, now that they're essentially more or less back to full speed here, 100%, like they haven't been looking impressive. They're winning games, but they're not covering, and it's just like, okay, like we haven't really seen a team like really throw that, like they haven't thrown the hammer down.
Yeah. No,
The old after 6 straight losses. Yeah, exactly. That's what I go with.
yeah, yeah. Maybe it's an acronym we can figure out there, but
Yeah.
although they the first 3 would be ASS with 6 being us, so the ASS teams we could do. It's just that works. Yeah, no, I think the Rams have really have looked great. They've looked great this year. Like their only 2 losses were the Eagles came back from down 26-7. So like they lost to the Super Bowl champion on the road via block field goal for return for a touchdown.
And that Thursday night game, right?
Right, the Thursday night game where they're playing the rival and they just had a bad game. Like that happens. They've won every single game outside of that this year. And then you look at Seattle. They were slow to start. Like they lost to the Niners in week 1, but so they've only lost 2 other games. They lost to Tampa at home, which is fine, and then they lost to the Rams. So they've looked great. Both those teams' offenses and defenses are awesome. According to EPA, the Rams are first in offense, first in defense. Seahawks are second in offense, second in defense.
I guess, though, and look, I agree. I think both of those teams are really good. Even though I was hating on Seattle early in the season, I still think that they might get exposed at some point. But I guess, hey, maybe I'm wrong. I am often wrong. But there's no team that's, to me, is like super convincing, like a juggernaut. Like, oh, like I'd be afraid to play them. Like I just don't feel that. This is like the first time in a while I felt that way. Okay, like yeah, like obviously, like I think people are still, like, the jury's still out on the Bears despite being 9-3. Like the Eagles, I mean, I think now people have kind of caught on. Like now they're losing. They lost today and they've scored like 17 points in their last, in the 3 games previous to that. It wasn't 16 and 10. Yeah, 26 points in those 2 games. And, they haven't been looking good. Like the Rams, yeah, but it's just like, okay, like the Packers, oh, sort of. Like you never know what you're going to get from them on any freaking given day. Yeah. Though they won yesterday, I couldn't believe it.
Oh, so really? You couldn't believe it?
Yeah, because they're always doing the opposite of what, I'm back to what I was on a few years ago, where they always did the opposite of what I said.
The George Costanza team.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's just like you never know what version of them is going to show up. Detroit, I think they're very strong, but they've, I still think they could, I still think they will find themselves in the playoff picture, but it's like they've lost a lot of games that they probably should have won too, and it's just like, are they going to be there, well, who are the good teams? Like I especially AFC, it's too like. You have 2 divisions, like okay, Pittsburgh's in first. No, the Ravens are in first now, but like they haven't looked like, yeah, I know they're coming back from injury. They haven't looked great. Okay, like the Colts, now we've finally seen some chinks in their armor. The rest of that division sucks. It's like the Bills aren't who they are, the Chiefs aren't who they are. Like the Broncos, okay, yeah, they have a good record, but are they any good? You know what I mean? The Patriots, okay, well, they have a weak schedule. There isn't like a single team where I'm like, damn, like it's their year, Yeah,
there's a lot of mediocrity in the NFL.
Yeah, I don't remember it being this to this degree, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Steelers are in first, actually. Well, for the next 48 hours, at least. We'll see what happens against Buffalo. But now Andy's saying so the Rams almost lost to the Colts, but yeah, give team slack for having a poor outing or 2. Yeah, I mean, look, the Eagles last year, they were the best team in the NFL, I would say, by far, and based on what they did in the playoffs, and they lost to the Buccaneers in a blowout. They lost to the Falcons in week 2. They almost lost to Deshaun Watson in week 6. So they had some poor performances, but they eventually hit their stride, and there might be a team that in December they just get going and look great down the stretch. Maybe it's the Bears. Maybe it's like the first game of a stretch where the Bears just look awesome or something. I don't think so, but like that's just like an example of something that could happen. Like the Packers won at Detroit. Like what if they start looking really impressive? Like what if they put their foot down on the Bears next week and start rattling off some wins? And like suddenly they're going to be like 11-3-1, and we're going to be like, oh well, they lost to the Browns and they lost to the Panthers, but like it doesn't matter what they did in the first 2 months. It matters like how they're playing going to the playoffs and how they play into the playoffs. So like we have some teams emerge.
Yeah, look, and you're right, and that's certainly what's going to happen. But I mean, I would maybe Dallas is that team this season. I wonder what the odds are. I mean, first of all, how far are they out of the playoff picture though?
They're well, the Niners have the 7th seed and they're 8-4, and the Cowboys are 6-5. So we'll see what happens. The Niners play the Browns as favorites, so they could be 9-4. So the Cowboys have the work cut out for him to win the division. Dallas is, I assume you can see on this on the screen, Dallas is 8-1 to win the division, which seems like pretty good after what we saw tonight from the Eagles, or this afternoon.
Well, what are the Eagles now?
Eagles are minus 1,000 to win the division.
No, I mean, what's their record? Sorry.
8-4.
8-4. Yeah, I mean, well, their schedule isn't too bad. I mean, they have the Cowboys. That is, I mean, we got to play, or we. They got to play.
You remember the Cowboys?
Yeah, yeah. I'm on the staff. I'm on the custodial staff. No, it's okay. They play the Lions next week. That's going to be tough. But the Vikings, Chargers, commanding hockey team, and the Giants. I mean, they could win out. I mean, like the Lions have been struggling a little bit. I mean, they could go 4-1.
I challenge you to find an impressive win Detroit had this year. You might point it to Baltimore, but that was when Baltimore was losing to everyone because they had injuries. Like, what is Detroit's impressive win this year? There is none, and it's part of the reason why I bet against them on Thanksgiving. It's like, the sentiment was that Detroit's better than Green Bay. I'm like, I don't see it. Like, I found these teams to be even. I thought that getting +3 looked good. And Green Bay certainly looked like the better team. Although, in fairness, Detroit lost Allen-Ross St. Brown in the first quarter. But if he's out against Dallas, like, I don't see why Dallas shouldn't be favored even in Detroit. Like, I know Detroit's gonna be like -3.5 or whatever the spread is right now, but you could argue that Dallas is the better team. And without St. Brown, like, what's Detroit gonna do? Yeah, Detroit's -3.5 on Thursday. So, I right now I would like Dallas right now.
Wow, dude, let's see what they are to win the Super Bowl.
Okay. Which is tough.
And look, I'm not sitting here and saying like, oh, I think they're going to, but it's like, just think about what we just talked about. There's no true, like, just like you said, Walter, like, okay, let's use the Bills, for example, who have lost some games they probably shouldn't have, like who are better than their record, in my opinion. They've dealt with some injuries, yeah, they've underperformed too, but they could win out and all of a sudden they're 12-5 and they're coming in hot and they're going to, they could, just plow through everybody. But at the same time, 55-1, I don't know. I mean, if Dallas won out, would you want to play them?
No, not at all. I mean, their defense has gotten better and their offense is explosive. Now, Dak Prescott has not really shown anything in the playoffs yet, but that could certainly change. Maybe it was the coaching staff. So yeah,
man. What does the rest of the Eagles schedule look like? Let's see.
Well, I know they have a stretch where they play Redskins, Bills, Redskins at the end, but they have the Raiders. So yeah, they play the Redskins twice and Raiders. So it's but look, but look, the Redskins may have Jane Daniels for those games. So it may not look as easy as it does right now.
Yeah, I mean,
and they have the Chargers.
I don't know if I'd take them to win the division, but I mean, surely Dallas would get would they have 5 more games if they finished 11-6? They'd make the playoffs at 11-6, don't you think?
Well, they have a tie, so they'd have to be 10-6 or.
Oh, you're right, 10-6-1 or.
Yeah.
Let me see here.
Well, the 9. So that's the problem. So let me pull up NFC playoff picture. I guess we could look at that.
So they'd be 11-5-1, right? They're 6-5 now.
They're 6-5-1 right now.
5-1. My bad.
So here it is. Dallas is 6-5-1. Detroit's ahead of them 7-5, and then they have to pass one of these teams unless it's the Eagles. The 49ers 8-4, Packers 8-3-1, Seahawks 8-3. That's very difficult. And the Niners schedule, let's pull this up. I believe it's easy. So they have the Browns, Titans, Colts. We'll get to the Colts, Bears, and Seahawks.
That's not an easy schedule.
Well, the Seahawks may not have anything to play for here. And the Colts, that could be Riley Leonard by the time we get to that. So it's Chicago at home. I don't know. I mean, these two games should be wins. Should be, of course. They could easily lose either one, but maybe especially the Browns one. But I would think they at least beat the Titans and win one of these last three, right? So they would get to 10 wins. So Dallas would have to pass them. Dallas would have to go to 10-6-1, and if the Niners are 10-7, they get in. So it's not impossible, but just seems tough. But they could do it.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't take it then. But hey, I'm just saying it's been a weird year. No one has really emerged.
Well, except for Rams, Seahawks. I think they're by far the best teams right now.
What's up? Can't make it. A lot of people were laughing at Jerry Jones when he traded Parsons. Who's laughing now? Probably the same people. Parsons had a good game.
Yeah, Parsons been awesome. Yeah, I don't know why he traded Parsons. I still don't understand. But I don't know. I mean, they're still 6-5-1. Like if they never traded Parsons, I don't know. I think they'd be better than 6-5-1 right now because they'd have better defense. You know. I don't know.
Couldn't have made things worse.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen how explosive their offense is with Pickens and Lamb.
What if this is another great trade robbery like Jimmy Johnson did?
Which one? The Parsons one?
Yeah.
I will see if the Packers win the Super Bowl. Maybe. Yeah, Parsons has 12 sacks already. Yeah. I mean, Quinton Williams has been awesome for them, but he's only played two games for them, 3 games for them so far. Was it 2? Or I guess it's 3. So yeah. I don't know. I think that they should not have traded Parsons as Jerry Jones just being stubborn and not wanting to pay him. Whatever, like 5 years. He wanted 4 years. Parsons wanted 5, or maybe it was vice versa. I forget. But that was just like just a stubbornness on Jerry Jones's part. So.
Yeah. Oh, I was happier than a pig in slop when I got that alert on my phone as a Packers fan. I was like, no way. Because Green Bay never goes and gets anybody.
Yeah,
hardly ever do they go through free agency.
Right.
But when they do, it's a huge player like Woodson or Reggie White or
Yep. Julius Peppers.
Peppers was another one. Andre Rison.
Bad Moon Rison. Yeah.
Remember? Yeah, Rison. People forget that he did get a Super Bowl. He was on Green Bay for 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
The 90s. He won that. He caught that first touchdown pass in the Super Bowl. I almost forgot that he was on that team.
It's easy to forget that. So, all right. Do you want to get into the games here?
Oh, sure. Wow, we've been going 23 minutes. I mean, we did talk some football too.
So yeah, I thought we talked mostly football. We did talk fax machines. I'm not. I asked you why you brought that up. I don't think I got an answer for it.
Is there? I don't know. I just tell you my unfiltered thoughts. Hey, real quick. Remember on one episode I was like, I'm just going to start telling you my unfiltered thoughts. You're like, you weren't doing that already. It was like a hush went over the room. You're like, oh God, what are we in for here?
Oh my God.
I gave blood. I donated blood the other day, Walt. Did you know that I'm a blood donor?
Oh my God. Why'd you do that?
Hey, because I help people out. I've donated. I've done a lot of donations. I've donated 1.75 gallons of blood over the last several years. I always look for the buses.
1.75 gallons of blood?
Yeah, over like the course of 4 years.
Okay, sounds like a lot. I don't know.
Yeah, this is like 15 donations.
Okay.
Am I an organ donor too? I don't think I am. I think I put no.
No.
Yeah. Maybe I should be. I don't know.
Well, no, but you're not supposed to be because like they'll cut you up before you're dead, just to save someone. Or that's what I've been told. I don't know. I don't know if it's true.
Oh, geez, I better double check my designation here. I'm actually not sure. I don't think I am. I guess I'll look later. I'm not. No, but I like to go like the big red bus. You ever see them around in like plazas? I always look to see when they're around. You get some good stuff, man.
Like what?
I get like plenty of t-shirts and sweatshirts, and I get this time I got 4 free movie tickets. One time I got vouchers for tickets to a Magic game. You get
Magic
like
the Gathering?
no, the Orlando Magic, who won tonight. I don't know if you saw. Wow.
Man, who
Oh
they
yeah,
beat?
they
I don't know.
beat the Pistons, the Red Hot
Oh
Pistons.
wow, this is the first loss in what?
Yeah, hey, Magic are getting it together. But how about a piano donor? I played some piano back in my day.
Yeah, so did I. I used
Yeah.
to do recitals and stuff.
Yeah.
I used to play. I used to play classical, and then I told my piano teacher I was like, I'm tired of classical. I want to play the Beatles. And then she's like, then she brought a Beatles book, and I was like, I used to play Beatles on the piano, which is this is
Oh
cool.
wow.
But then I quit because I wanted to concentrate on swimming.
Right,
So
right. I got you.
yeah,
No, but it tells me like over because I think my first donation was in 2021, and then I would and then so like in 4 years I've donated 1.75 gallons of blood. That's pretty good. I'm in the 1 gallon club.
okay. Well, it still sounds like a lot, but I will take
Yeah,
your word for it.
not not all. Yeah, but this is like I donate like this, probably like 3 times a year.
Yeah.
Walt knew Rachmaninoff.
No, I didn't. I
What's
didn't
up,
know that
Stan?
was. I didn't know that
Really?
was. No, I didn't know that
Oh
was.
wow. Okay.
I assumed it was a classical person, but I couldn't tell you as a song that person wrote.
Oh,
Um,
Rachmaninoff has some great piano works. Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, I played stuff, but I didn't really care for it. That's why I was like I wanted to play Beatles stuff because I really didn't really get into it. Not that I dislike classical. I think it's fine. But I was never like too excited to play it. So so since you used to swim, Walt, what do you still shave your legs? Oh my god, that was shaving your legs is horrible, man. I've done it like probably done it like 8 times in my life, and it is the worst.
Yeah.
Especially when the hair grows back and like your skin chafes against like
Oh.
your pants. I used to just wear shorts when I did that, and it was in the winter, but I didn't care. It was just so painful. It sucked, man. Especially the first time, I didn't know what I was doing at all, and so it took me no joke, it took me like 5 hours to shave my body. And then eventually it got it down to like an hour and a half. But like still, like it took me 5 hours. It was like the whole marathon. I was so tired after doing it too. It was like not worth it. But then I figured out tricks and stuff. So
Look at Andy's car.
the shaving content.
Yeah, man. Let me tell you a story. So talking about Rachmaninoff, because not all the viewers know, I originally went to college when I met you. I was going to college for music education.
Right.
So part of what I had to do, I don't know if I ever told. I feel like at some point I had to have. We had to like teach. Like we had like education courses where we had to do like mock teachings in front of the class,
Mhm.
and we had to teach them like children's songs.
Okay.
And then sometimes they would bring in not only the music majors as the audience, but like the elementary ed majors, like the regular teachers, not like the non-music teachers. And like, who do you think elementary ed teachers are? Like every hot girl on campus. So like they're sitting in the audience where I have to teach like this kid, like it's like we all live on the farm. Oh my god, dude. It's like like you have to like, okay, like teach cows and pigs and chickens and ducks. Like you had to teach them the song and they had to participate. Oh man, that was so embarrassing. But everyone had to do it. So I don't know. So that's a little bit of what my life was all about.
Well,
Back-
you're luckier than I was when we met because I was my fourth year. I was still a computer science major.
oh, that's
Which
right.
no, actually no, we met my fifth year. Sorry,
Yeah.
no, my first 4 years I was a computer science major. So there were no girls in my class. There
I
was,
remember you telling us. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
there was maybe like one girl. She would have a mustache. So like,
Nice.
hey, look, guys might be into that. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
But no, when I went my fifth year, I changed to journalism, and I remember my first class, and I walked in, and like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, I was stunned. I saw women Like it's
Yeah.
like real women. I'm like, oh my god, there's Penn State has women in classes. I only saw them when I went out to the frats and weekends. Like I didn't know they actually went to class, and so yeah, it was crazy. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
It was a life changing experience. Major.
It's your first step to becoming a man.
Yeah. No, seriously, that's how it started. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, no, I remember, geez, when I first met you at Penn State, I never even drank in high school.
No, I
And
didn't
then,
either.
yeah, and then when I went up there, because you remember my roommate, Dave,
Yep.
he was 21. And he
Mhm.
was my good buddy from high school. He was
I
already
didn't
20.
even know. I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah. He turned 21 that year, that October.
Okay.
And like I remember, like, because they would have the, like, no alcohol in the dorms, and like, sort of thing. Yeah, I know. And then it would say, but there was one that said, like, the only exception is if one of the roommates is 21, in
Mhm.
which case only the roommate can be present. So I was good.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what, for back in the day when, like, your biggest concern was like, don't get caught underage drinking, you know. But it's like, yeah, my roommate was 21, so like I was just like, just here, like, next time you go, like, get me some stuff, just bring it in like normal, like, you're 21 years old, it's
Yeah.
fine. It's so fun, isn't that so funny? I mean, I don't drink anymore, as you know, but back in the day, like before you were 21, like you had to sneak around and stuff.
It's so
Like,
stupid.
I know it's
You're, you're
crazy, but
you're old enough to enlist in the army and fight overseas, but you can't have a beer. Like it's so dumb. You know.
yeah, I know. I mean, I will say, like, alcohol is a very it's a very socially accepted drug, obviously, but people aren't drinking as much as they used to. But
Yeah, that's why they're not having kids anymore.
how are all these people getting together?
Right.
Alcohol. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about last
Seinfeld.
time. Yeah, there are 42 million Gen Alphas, and like that's compared to like 70 million Gen Zers. Like
Yeah.
it's that drop off is like terrifying. For the
Yeah, no,
future.
it is. It
Man, it's
is.
horrible.
It really
So,
is.
yeah, not
But
even joking. So yeah, I mean, because people aren't drinking, we need to get people back on the wagon to to start procreating.
no, man, I don't think so. Alcohol is one of the worst drugs out there. It's just very socially acceptable because a lot of people don't know how to control themselves. And it's like nobody high is going, like, that's the thing, I think, because now, like, at least around where I live, there's a freaking dispensary on every corner
Yeah.
now, and like that's what Gen Alpha is probably doing. I'm sure, like,
Well, they're Gen Alpha's too young to
well, I mean, or maybe
my son's at the dispensary, 4 years old.
yeah, he's chewing on it's like an edible, like, pacifier or something.
I hope my son's not using a pacifier either.
But I meant for younger kids. I don't know.
Yeah.
Obviously this idea tanked, but
Yeah.
no, but I'm just saying, or for Gen Z, you know what I mean? Like, because I noticed that, because I obviously people are still going out to bars, and there's and there's still people drinking, but a lot of people I run into, and as you know, or for those who don't know, I quit drinking over 5 years ago. I just hit 5 years in October because I drank too much.
Congrats.
Thank you. I remember the last night I drank, it was a Sunday night. It was Seahawks and Vikings, and I think the Vikings were like +7 or at least. And I bet the money line. They almost won. This was Russell Wilkins
That's cool.
at Seattle, and Seattle ended up winning the game. And then I woke up the next morning. I was like, yeah, I need to quit drinking. So that was a long. I can't believe that was over 5 years ago. But anyhow, yeah, like people just, you don't find I don't run into as many people who talk about, like, oh, like I drink, or I find I run into a lot of people who say they don't.
Mm-hmm.
And back at, like, I don't know, before that, I just feel like everyone did. So I don't know. I definitely think it's on the decline. I watched something, citation needed, but I watched something saying that, like, alcohol sales are on the decline.
Yeah.
And part of that's got to be the dispensaries. They're everywhere here.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, Andy.
I guess so. I mean, I think it's like better with weed than alcohol, because, like, alcohol, you can, like, a lot of bad stuff happens if you smoke. Like, what do you do? Like, order a pizza that you can't pay for or something? Like, I don't. I don't actually. It's a quick story because my high school reunion was. I didn't go. I actually got an angry text from an old friend. He's like, "Where are you?" I'm like,
No.
I'm not going. He's like, why not? Who am I going to talk to otherwise? he's like, I don't want to be here. He's like, the only reason I came is because you. And I'm like, well, I didn't tell you I was going.
Yeah.
Like, you just assumed I was going?
Seriously.
Right. Anyway,
Seriously.
I heard a story where that guy who texted me, he was in a car with 3 other guys, and like they're all high, and they're driving on the highway, and like they had to get off at this exit, and like they were going. This guy was like, he was baked, but he was going like 20 miles an hour on the like 55-mile-an-hour highway, and he kept like here's like the exit. And he was like, he kept like going. And like he just kept going, and like, and my friend was like, dude, you missed the exit. He's like, I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't make it.
Oh man. Well, I'm certainly not promoting doing driving under the influence by any stretch.
Yeah.
But I would say, like, I feel like that doesn't surprise me to hear you say that, like, that they drive slower, like when they're high. I don't know, like people
you
are
like paranoid.
Yeah. People are like, I don't know. I think. Look, it's easy for me to say now that like obviously it's not like snap your fingers and this happens, but like if prohibition came back, like it wouldn't. I actually would think that might be a good thing. Now I understand that there's more moving parts than like, and you can't just snap. That's like people are like, oh, like just do this and like solve gun control. It's like because you saw a meme. You know what I mean? Like there's much more than that. So operating under that understanding. I don't know that would be like such a bad thing necessarily.
I think if you wanted more people to drink, then you should go with prohibition. That would get way more people to drink than they are now. You want to increase alcohol sales? Well, not sales, but per se.
Maybe that's what they should do. Take it away for a little while and then bring it back, and people will want it more.
Well, no, people will do it if it's illegal. People will want it. So yeah, maybe that's the way to get people to have kids.
Yeah, well,
alcohol.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying like, I'm not over here lobbying for it, but like, I don't know, man. It's just like it's just. I feel like alcohol can really have like a lot of like negative effect, and it's again it's too like socially acceptable. Like it can really like make people different.
Yeah, that's grown adults. They can make that decision. I mean, you're talking to like the most libertarian person you ever meet in your life. Like I think any adult should be able to make any decision they want as long as they don't hurt other people directly. Like I can't steal from you, for example. But like if I want to drink alcohol, like should be my decision. That's how I feel anyway. And I agree.
No, I don't disagree, but I mean, alcohol can influence people to like say drunk driving for some, I mean, I guess I'm sure you can easily argue this point. I'm not saying, we should, I'm not like lobbying against like getting rid of it. I'm just saying like, whatever, it wouldn't affect me. I don't know. I don't think it would affect as, well, clearly there's less people drinking. So like it certainly wouldn't affect as many as it used to.
Yeah. I still think it should be people's own responsibility and stuff, and especially with like Uber and now like there's no excuse for anyone to be driving drunk. Like just call an Uber.
Yeah,
just call an Uber. Like I found that like before, like yeah, obviously it was horrible still, but like at least you're like, what do I do? I'm gonna be stranded here. Like at least I would just say like just chill out for a few hours and then you'll get sober. Like now you can just call an Uber. Like there's really no excuse.
I never understood like how that happens. Like even like before I quit drinking, even if I knew this didn't happen often, but even if I knew I was only gonna have like one or two, like I took an Uber, no questions asked.
Yeah.
I mean, I never had one or two. I usually had like 15 or 18. So that's why I needed to quit. But like, I never, even if I thought like, oh, like there's a chance I might be drinking at this event, like I just Ubered it. Yeah. I don't get that either. Especially like when like celebrities or like star athletes get DUIs. It's like, dude, just hire a driver.
Yeah. It's tax write-off.
Yeah. Like call them, I'll drive you. I've
Yeah.
done, yeah. I'm a driver for hire. I did that. One time I drove this lady into it was when I was living in Jacksonville. I drove her to Jacksonville for a concert and then picked her up. It was like an hour of driving. She gave me $100.
Hmm.
What? Imagine. So look at that. That's just a regular person. Imagine what one of these guys might pay you. Someone will do it.
Yeah.
Someone will drive you.
Yeah.
Probably stop at Checkers or Rallies on the way home if you'd like.
Oh, I miss Check. I haven't had Checkers in so long. I miss Checkers.
How about Rallies? You ever been to Rallies?
I've never even heard of Rallies.
It's the same thing.
Oh, okay. They used to have a Checkers at Penn State. Do you know that? Did you ever see that? It was in I think it was East Commons or no. You know what?
Was it Checkers? I don't remember that.
There was a Checkers. I think it went away, but they had everything. It was so good. I miss it so much. Henry Ruggs, wow, your number. Yes.
Wait, what did Andy say? With every third drink you buy, you get a hotel room free for 30 minutes.
There you go. Why not?
That's pretty good. I would have had a lot of hotel time, I'll tell you. Back in my heyday.
18 drinks you said. That's
I mean I would come close to it. Like, I mean, sometimes I'd only do 12. But I mean I would just see I was just like sitting at home drinking like anywhere from 12 to 24 every single night. I didn't really go out much or anything. But so I was just like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. It's like all I did. It's just like drink. So yeah, well, I could have gotten you a week's vacation probably, Andy, at least. Oh man. What oh no, so anyhow, I was given blood.
Okay.
And I got, you know what they gave me? I got a sweatshirt and I got 4 free movie tickets.
Wow.
So I looked up from Fandango for the theater. So I looked up like all the movies that are playing. You know, there ain't nothing good.
Really?
Why do all the movies suck now, man? I mean, I know I'm probably not being fair, giving it a fair chance, but I don't know. It's just like I watched some of the trailers. Some of the trailers for the movies that were playing. It's like I don't even want to go to this for free. I don't know, man. We need some better. Everything's a franchise now, too.
Yeah, everything is just a remake of something or a reboot or whatever or a sequel to something. Like there just seems to be like no new ideas in Hollywood. It's awful.
Yeah, the procreation cocktail.
Yeah. I'm trying to look up like what movies are even out now. I don't even know.
There was one called Begonia that looked like it could be okay. I can't think of what Emma. I don't know the actors and actresses very well. Emma Stone or Emma. Yeah.
There's an Emma Watson and Emma Stone. You don't want to see Wicked for good?
Yeah, I'm behind. I haven't seen the.
My kids would like this one, Zootopia 2.
Maybe I should go see. I never saw the first one.
I didn't either. Black Phone 2. The first one's not bad.
You know, I only the first one. I only watched. You know what? I didn't really watch it, but I heard it wasn't good, and it just kind of had the makings of like it looked like it was going to be scary or good, and it like probably didn't quite get there. But you liked it?
It's not bad.
There you go, Begonia. Sorry,
Sarah's Oil. Zachary Levi's in it. I like Zachary Levi actually.
Oh yeah.
He's the star of one of my favorite shows of all time, which is Chuck. That was such a good show. Like the perfect blend of like comedy and like let's say like action drama. Like it was so good. I don't know if you ever heard it. Did you ever hear of it?
Chuck?
Chuck. Yeah. You never heard of it?
No.
So it's about this guy. He got kicked out of Stanford for like cheating or something, and then like he works at Best Buy. They call it something else. It's not Best Buy, but he works at the Geek Squad, the nerd herd. Okay. They call it the nerd herd. Oh, and so like one day he gets an email from his roommate from Stanford, and his roommate was like the guy who like dicked him over or something. And he opens the email, and like suddenly all these like images appear on the screen, and he just like passes out. And like when he wakes up, he like if he sees someone who's like an enemy of the state or something. He like flashes and like he like knows everything about them. So like the CIA and the NSA, like they learn about this, and so he's basically an asset, and so they kind of like they both want him to like help them, but like he doesn't want. He's just like a nerd who doesn't know how to do anything, but like he's expected to be this like government asset. But the show's so funny because they show like such ridiculousness at the Best Buy store where they have like all these like zany characters like doing all these dumb stuff. So and like he himself is like just so inept, and his friend is just this biggest goofball. So it's like it was such a great show. I loved it. Zachary Levi was in it. He was the he was in that one superhero movie. What was it called? Shazam. He was in Shazam, and so I don't know if you saw that, but that was
with Shaq.
Yeah, it was Shaq.
Yeah, I love that one. I saw it in theaters.
Yeah, Shazam. Yeah.
Well, Chucky, what's up, Mike? How's it going? The Nuremberg movie. What is that one? Begonia looked okay. You see that one there? Begonia. Who is it? Emma Stone or Emma Watson? I don't
know. What does this picture even tell me? I don't even know what this is.
Yeah, I know. It's something they. Well, I don't want to give it away, but it looked kind of creepy. I like suspenseful stuff, and I like scary stuff. And
Now You See Me. Now You Don't. Isn't that like? Is that a remake? I feel like that's.
Well, no, it's like a sequel. They made one in like 2014. I remember I saw the first one. Now You See Me.
Right.
It was good, but also forgettable. But it's
I saw that one.
That's the thing. Like some of these movies are propped up to be like huge blockbusters, and maybe like by the numbers they are, but they're still forgettable.
Yeah.
Like, like I haven't seen anything quite memorable. Like,
here you go. Regretting You. What about that?
Regretting You? That looks like a romantic comedy. I don't know if that's.
That looks up your alley, Tom. Eternity. That could be interesting. I don't know. Is that like parallel universes? Probably not. Chainsaw Man. The Thing with Feathers. What's the Sisu? There's Nuremberg. Yeah.
What's this one about?
I haven't seen any previews on this. Sentimental Value, Rental Family, and there we go. Wicked. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you. There's nothing good here.
I'll just go see Wicked, and I'll report back. Yeah, right, man. I wouldn't watch that for all the bamboo in China, man. I'm sorry. One of my coworkers was telling me to go see it. I was like, I can't. I can't. I have no interest in it. I don't even really like the original Wizard of Oz. Now, look, I respect it for its place in cinema, and I mean, when that first came out, the black and white to the color and the visuals was incredible at the time, and I respect it for where it stands in cinematic history.
Mm-hmm. But
I don't know. I don't really care for the story that much. And it's like now they got to make a musical out of it. It's just like, I don't know. No more musicals.
That's something coming from the former music major.
I know, and I was in musicals too.
Right.
I don't know. I can't. I'm not gonna. Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, I was gonna say a $10 super chat. I'll go see Wicked. No, but I no, that's Wicked for good. Yeah, but I just told everyone I have free movie tickets. So, but
you have four tickets. So you
I
can
have four. Yeah.
Or you can see 4 movies by yourself.
Mm-hmm. I've gone to the movies by myself.
I've done it once. Yeah, I had to actually. I said this before. I had to interview people about the Vince Papale movie from when I was working at the Center Daily Times, which was a newspaper about like in central Pennsylvania. So I actually went to the movie by myself, and then I interviewed people afterward. So that was fun.
Oh, wow.
That movie was okay. Yeah.
What movie was it again?
It's the Vince Papale movie. The guy who tried on became an Eagle player. He had that special teams play.
You mean the garbage picking, field goal kicking Philadelphia phenomenon?
He wasn't a kicker. He just played special teams. It's with Mark Wahlberg.
Oh! I thought you were talking about that Tony Danza movie.
Oh no! I haven't heard of that. $10 super chat for Quacky to watch Wicked 4 times. 4 times.
No, hold on. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? The garbage picking, field goal kicking Philadelphia phenomenon. Will you look it up, please? Just so people can see like the cover.
Okay, garbage kicking.
No, yeah, there it is. Yeah, the garbage picking, field goal kicking Philadelphia phenomenon, starring Tony Danza. He's like this garbage man, and like something about the truck. There's like this lever on it that gets stuck, but he knows like he's like if you kick it a certain way, like it works every time. You know, it's like a no one can start this car but me sort of mentality there.
Right.
And then I don't know. I mean, it's a kids movie. It's an hour and 18 minutes. We should watch. Did I say 1998? I thought that came out in like 88. Wow. Holy cow.
1998, yeah.
Yeah, so what do you think? Then, like, somehow he gets a tryout for the Eagles because someone sees. I can't remember. I watched it so long ago, and like because they saw him kicking that lever on the trash truck.
Of course,
like, yeah. Sign you for a contract, and he gets to play for the Eagles. It's so.
I mean, he would have done better than Jake Elliott tonight.
Yeah, they should hire the. They should sign the garbage kicking.
Sign Tony Danza.
Yeah, garbage picking, field goal kicking Philadelphia phenomenon. Why would they name it that? I know it's just it's probably on Disney Plus. I got Disney Plus.
Why do you have Disney Plus?
Because Walter, it comes with a package with ESPN and Hulu. So
okay.
Yeah, because I'm over here watching Cinderella. What do you think I am?
That's what I'm saying. Like I get like if I had it, it made sense because I have 2 kids. I don't even have it because I was taking it from my sister, and then they cracked down on it. So,
well, I had it too. Like there was a time where I had it, and all I did was watch like original Simpsons.
Oh, okay.
Because all the episodes are on there. That was like I remember thinking at one point, it's like this is literally the only thing I watch on here. Like this is the reason I have Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
I don't watch anything else on there. But no, I guarantee you. I mean, it's got to be on there, right? Disney. I hope so. I'm going to watch it tonight.
I mean, why not? I do miss it for my kids. Like kids, my son used to love Coco, the movie, and a few others. Lion King, for example. But Coco was for sure one of his favorites, and Moana as well. Coco is such a good movie.
You were telling me that. I still haven't seen it.
It's incredible, man. Especially if you knew someone who had Alzheimer's, or know someone. Because the Coco is it's the grandma of the main character in the movie, and she has Alzheimer's, and like it's like a joke at first, but like toward the end they have this one scene where I don't want to spoil it, but like it's like someone plays a song and she starts remembering the song because like she doesn't even talk at that point. Like she starts remembering the song and she starts singing with the song, and it's like, oh man, it's like such a tearjerker. I was crying the first time I saw it because like my grandma had Alzheimer's, and I was like remembering that. That movie is so good for an animated Disney movie. It's incredible.
My grandmother did too. Maybe I'll try it out. Maybe
you should, dude. You're gonna cry at the end of the movie.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah.
No, you're not the only person who's told me that's a good one. Most of the Disney ones are good, except for Frozen. That one sucks.
Yeah.
That's actually, that's the only Disney movie. Okay, like I think like most Disney, especially we grew up in like the golden age, if you in a sense, of Disney movies where they were cranking out like hit after hit, like with the pub, like Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Lion King. Like that's like the Mount Rushmore of like at the time. Like it couldn't be stopped.
I saw them all in the theater, all of them.
Yeah, it couldn't be stopped at that point. And all of them are good.
Mm-hmm. Lion King was my favorite.
Oh yeah, that's
I watched it on loop when I was a kid.
Yeah,
like, it ended. I went back to the beginning.
As did I.
Yeah,
but it's
the new Lion King was good. The live action one.
Wow, I'm surprised to hear you say that, D-Zom. That's because that's one. If you're talking about the remake, because the live action remake, because that's like panned by a lot of people.
They cut out the best song, which was the
Be Prepared.
Be Prepared.
Yeah. Agreed. That is the best song.
Yeah, and John Oliver as Zazu was just. I thought he mailed it in. I thought he was such a bad voice actor in that movie too. I don't know if you recall, but like it just seemed like he just wasn't delivering his lines with like any enthusiasm at all.
Yeah, here's what's funny. As I went to see it in theater with my girlfriend at the time, this is 2019.
Yeah.
My girlfriend at the time, both her sisters and her sister's boyfriend, one of her sister's boyfriends. And I went into it with low expectations.
Tom, you're like really breaking up there. I can barely hear you. I'm breaking up.
Geez.
Are you there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're like really breaking up. I think I don't know if it was my end or you're moving again.
Okay.
There you go. I can
hear you. Okay.
All right, good.
Yeah, sorry. Maybe my internet was just getting funny there.
Mm-hmm.
But anyhow, okay. So I went in with like very low expectations, knowing like the girls want to go see this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll just come along. And I didn't like it, but I was like, that was actually better than I thought it was going to be. I had and I thought, and I was just going to I was like, they probably all liked it, and I'll just be like, yeah, it was, it was all right. It's better than I thought it would be. And all of them were like, we hated it. That sucked. I was like, oh, really? I was like, I mean, I didn't like it either, but I'm surprised to hear you say this because I thought I would be like the downer. They're like, no, that sucked. That was terrible. A lot of people thought it was bad. So,
yeah.
I mean, I would never watch it again, but, oh, you like the new one though, Dizam? Okay. No, that's good. No, and I'm not dogging anyone that likes it or anything. I just know that critically it was panned.
Oh, he means the new one about the original, not the original, but the prequel to The Lion King, where it was called Mufasa, right? Is that what you're talking about, Dom?
Oh, maybe I haven't.
Because I didn't see that. I did not see that one.
No, I didn't see that one either.
But the live action remake I did not like. So, but I've watched that movie like 10 plus times because my son used to watch it all the time. So,
yeah.
Yes.
You know what? If I had to choose between the Lion King live action and the garbage picking field goal kicking Philadelphia Phenomenon, I'd pick the Phenomenon every day, and I won't look back.
Yeah, what if they did an animated version with Be Prepared? then we'd be talking.
Dude, that's crazy. And the Philadelphia Phenomenon was made years after the Lion King too.
Yeah. Can agree Mufasa was good. Oh yeah, I did want to watch it. Just I don't have Disney Plus, so I can't right now. So yeah, Mufasa. Yeah, I should have. Okay. Yeah, because the live action Lion King was not good. But I'll take your word on Mufasa because I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either. Oh no, I mean, look, and if you're listening to this and you like the live action Lion King, that's fine. I'm not like, oh, you have terrible taste in things or anything. It's just I just haven't really run into too many people who liked it.
Right.
That's all. So just to clarify, I'm not out here hating too much.
Yeah.
Let's get into one of the games, shall we? I've got one for you.
Okay. Let's do it.
Oh my gosh. Don't play with me, man. Give me the Washington Commanding hockey team plus 5.5. Come on. This Broncos team is so overrated, man. You know they are. Come on. They almost like everyone's like riding all over them because they beat the Chiefs. Like, okay, that they barely and I know the Texans defense is really good. They barely beat the Texans. And I think if I'm not mistaken, Davis Mills was in for half that game. They beat the Raiders 10-7. Come on, they beat the Jets 13-11. They should have lost to the Giants. This team ain't that good. Give me the Commanding Hockey Club plus 5.5. I think this is a spot. Oh, interconference on the road. Now, they're all excited because they beat the Chiefs. Coming off a bye week, they're going to be, they really don't need this game that bad either. I mean, they have a pretty commanding lead. I mean, I guess that's not 100% true because
the Chargers,
yeah. But I think this is going to be a really close game. The Broncos, like we said at the beginning of the broadcast, it's like they're when we were talking about no one strikes fear in your heart. Really, what are they 9-2? It's like, oh, okay. It's like the most underwhelming 9. Is that what they are? 9-2?
Yeah, 9-2. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they're just so underwhelming. I like the spot for Washington. but I don't have much more as far as X's and O's to give you to support Washington. And as many of you know, you want the analysis, you stick with Walt, Andy, and Evan. You want the feel, you go with Quacky. I love this spot. I love this spot for the Washington commanding team. I think this is going to be a field goal game because the Broncos look they barely beat the Titans week 1. It's just they can come through underwhelming. This Broncos team, they're underwhelming as it is just at their record. So they're not like they're capable of making a close game as good as their record is. So I like the Washington football team here. What do you think?
Well, I think you're absolutely right about the spot. Like they're coming off like the big win against Kansas City. They had a bye. They've had 2 weeks to hear about how great they are. They're playing a team that's non-conference. Like I can't see them like being 100% in this game. Like we already saw 2 teams lay eggs on Thursday and Friday. We had the Ravens lay an egg, and to a greater extent the Eagles earlier today. So I think you're, like I said, I think you're dead right about the spot. The matchup, though, certainly favors Denver. Both sides of the ball. You have a backup quarterback against the top 5 defense. That's rough. And then on the other side, the Redskins linebackers are so slow. They have to defend RJ Harvey, is one of the most explosive backs in the NFL. Like even as a rookie, like he has his flaws. Like he's not good vision at all. I don't think he's particularly like a good player, but he's so fast that against very slow linebackers, he can have like a big game. So the matchup is all Denver. So matchup all Denver, spot all Washington. Which one wins? I don't know, but someone with money thinks it's Washington because someone bet them heavily to take them down from 6 to 5.5. So it looks like the sharp action right now is on Washington. That could change later on. Like maybe other sharp money comes in on Denver that we haven't seen yet. It could happen Saturday, Sunday, usually not Saturday, but Saturday night or Sunday morning. Well, I guess the night game could be Sunday afternoon. Surtain will be back, as Dom is saying. Yes, he is back. So they've had 2 weeks to prepare for Washington. I don't think they're preparing for Washington though. Like I don't see them like being like, oh man, we have to get ready for this Commanders game. I just don't see that. Like this is a team that they don't see often. They don't care about. They think they can go in and win. These NFL players are always overconfident. I'm sure the coaches are not as overconfident, but like, do you really see them like losing sleep over preparing for this game? Like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a good spot for them at all. But like early sharp money set up for late. Yeah. That could certainly be the case for sure. Like late sharp money could come in on Denver. It definitely could be true or may not happen. Go ahead.
I'll further argue though that and look, that's fair. I agree. Like Denver has the better matchup, but let's look at their last 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of the last 6 games have been decided by 3 points or less. 6 out of the last 7 have been decided by 4 points or less. And all of those have been wins.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying we've seen them do this against teams before and also against teams that are bad. So now they're flying across the country prime time. I really like the spot here, but I mean I agree with everything that you said too. So it's okay if it doesn't make our card. I think it's going to make my bookie card. I really like this spot here, and we'll call it. I guess it's not an upset, but this is my underdog play of the week. I think I really like this spot. I'm touching. I'm going to stick with I've done pretty well with my gut feelings here this season, so there's no reason for me to go against it. I really like Washington in this spot here.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it down on the card because you've been so good with these underdog picks. Like you've been like on fire with them.
Now I'm nervous.
you better not cost us this one game when we're already 20. What's our record? I forgot to update. We are 28-26-1. Tom, you might ruin our slightly above 500 record here.
No. I mean, Well, I always feel better. Like I don't want you, like, this is your brand, I don't want you to come back on your friend and be like, oh, Walter listens to this idiot that comes on Friday nights. I don't know. Like,
You really think you know me for
no,
25 years? You think I'm someone who cares what people think?
no, I know, but I mean, I like to give winners to the buddies. I like to give out
Sorry,
winners.
21 years we know each other. Not
Yeah,
25.
yeah. I
No,
like to give out winners.
you like I'm probably I don't know everyone but I would say I'm probably at least in the top 3 of like people who don't give a damn about anyone who thinks of me. Like I just don't care. I
Yeah.
don't care what anyone thinks. Why would I care? You know, like
No,
I've had the people before. They're like, aren't you embarrassed? I'm like, no. Most people are idiots. I don't care what they have to say.
yeah, but then what if one bad pick of me, like, you're getting pressure from people and they're like, Walt, get him off the show. We don't want Quacky anymore. And then you're like, Tom, like, look, this is hard for me to do, but I don't want you on the show anymore. The people have spoken. What if that happens?
If people actually like were emailing me like crazy, be like, how can you have this guy on the show? I would actually be like, you know what? He's coming on the show twice per week now. Like, take that.
Yeah, but I'd be honored. Yeah, but then what if people are like, they're like, WalterFootball.com sucks. He brings in this idiot that plays on, he just guesses at games or something. Like, his picks suck. He claims he goes on field, but he doesn't know nothing.
You know what? I get so many people who are like, yo, your mock drafts suck. Like people will say that to me on X whenever I say something. They're like, oh, stick to making crappy mock drafts. And I'm like, I always respond like, we have the most accurate mock drafts on the internet. And and they're like, yeah, sure, whatever. And I'm like, well, if you don't believe me, you can I'm gonna put it on the screen here. I can't I don't know where I can't find it right now, but we like with tracking wise over the years we've had like the most accurate mock draft. So yeah, I think I found the URL. Here we go. I'm gonna put it on the screen right here. If this is not us, it's not like talking ourselves up. This is like Fantasy Pros. Charlie won, me too. I'm like, I just linked that to them. And then they like don't respond or something.
Wow, that's awesome.
$2 super chat from Dom.
Hey,
thank you so much.
Thank
you. Thanks, Tom. So yeah,
hey, look at number 9. Look at number 9. How about it? And 10.
9, Jacob Kamker, Ben Wassley. Yeah. Our guys on here. I miss Jacob. I haven't spoken to him in a long time. I haven't spoken to Ben either. Like, it's a school year, so he's a teacher. So I haven't seen him on in a while. I assume when he'll be on holiday, hopefully he'll come on the show.
On holiday? In Australia,
in Australia, yeah. But anyway, I don't care what people, I don't care what people think, because like my point in saying this mock draft stuff is like people like will call me out, try to call me out and be like, yo, you suck at mock drafts. Like, well, actually, so the people just don't know how good the content is. They just don't know. They just like to complain, and so it's so hard to take it seriously, and like I said, so I feel like a lot of people commenting here in our chat are smart. But I think a lot of people just like randomly on social media who like probably consume ESPN content, like they're not smart. They're not smart people. So like why would I care what they have to say? It just seems like so ridiculous to even bother to care.
Yeah, no, I agree, and this is something we talked about, because when I started to have an online presence, you helped me out a lot with this same idea of like dealing with backlash of any kind. Mm-hmm. Whether it be like people trolling you. I actually loved when I didn't get that many trolls, and honestly, that was kind of disappointing. I like every single person that trolled me ended up following me.
Yeah,
I didn't have, because remember I would pick out like a couple games, and people would be like, "Yeah, right," like no way, and then they would win. Mm-hmm. There's nothing better than that, man. I love when that happens. I'm sure you've gone through that many times, but
yeah,
it's just like, because I remember there were a couple people, like someone was like, this guy, I'm talking about me, they're like, this guy Quacky has no balls. or something. Yeah, and or they said like, get this guy off the show, Walter. Someone commented. This was only like maybe a year and a half ago. Like, get this guy off the show. What did he say? He's like drunk or high, and I was just like, no, actually, I'm just high on life, man. I'm just you know, it's funny. Like, since I quit drinking, I think I've gotten wackier. You know, like so. But yeah, no, it's just funny. But I feel like now, like, we have like a pretty solid like base of like audience members, and we're grateful for all of you. But it's like I feel like at this point, most of the people in the chat like are familiar with how this show is a little bit different. So
yeah. Anyone saying that just not, they probably don't watch the show anyway. Like if they're saying that. So I'm a guest on some shows, you know, occasionally too. And like, for example, like Play Like a Jet. I come on every week. Scott Mason's a good friend. He comes on the show sometimes. And he told me one time that he got a comment saying like, how could you have Walt on the show? He's an incel. And then Scott replies, he's not involuntary celibate. He has a wife and 2 kids.
That's probably somebody from the dark, or not the dark, from the dead. What's the dead internet theory that like most?
Yeah, it's a bot. Yeah. They're all bots. Yeah, which I could really buy into. It seems obvious sometimes that they're just bots.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. I need to read up. I watched a couple videos on it though. I think it's an interesting theory.
Yeah, I think it's true. Yeah, it may not be like true to the extent of like how much of a percentage it is, but like there are definitely a lot of bots online. Like you say something, like it just like feels like it's sometimes it triggers. And like a perfect example of this is like the infamous quote I had that was like misinterpreted when I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Where like talked about with women and voting. I don't know if I should rehash that, whatever. But like this was about a year ago. It's about 14 months ago. It's the weirdest thing because like as soon as I typed that, like anything I wrote on Twitter had like a million, or not a million, like a couple hundred responses to it. Be like, you're such a misogynist, like whatever. I was actually just quoting my wife when I said that. But so like I had all these responses. It's like no matter what I posted, link to my mock draft, response to a friend. I would have a response with like hundreds of people saying this stuff. And the weirdest thing is about, let's say like 6 days after, this happened on a Monday, so it stopped on Friday. So like actually like four days after, it just went away. Like it went from hundreds of responses, all the same, to 0. It wasn't like, it wouldn't go like hundreds to 50 to 20 to 10. It went from hundreds to 0 of these responses.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, I don't think these are real responses. I think there are bots. I don't think there are real people talking to me, which is like that kind of like the first time it really opened my eyes, you know.
That's really almost scary in a way.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What about, and I mean, I don't think this will, but if it does, we don't have to go there. But remember the Adrian Peterson thing?
Yes, that was pretty very similar. Yeah,
that was to me like that was an obvious. Is it going to bother you to like bring this up, or
you know me? I don't care. I'll talk about it.
I know, but what if the one time? What if this one time it did, and you're like, oh, Tom hit the wrong bone here, and now I'm not on the show anymore.
Tom, you're out. Goodbye. You're out. No, this was a long time ago. This is, I think, 2015.
It was 2015, and it's like years, I just remember my reaction being like, I can't believe like people actually like said something to you about that, because it's like, what? Like that's not even a thing. Like it's your job to report.
Well, people listening may not know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
do you want to? Well, no. Do you want to say, because I want to get your take as an outsider from this, like seeing this from the outside, you know?
Yeah, I can't remember. Well, you're probably going to tell the story better. Is the thing you had made a mention when Adrian Peterson was under investigate. Remember, he was like beating his son with the switch or whatever.
No. It was different. It was one of his sons went to the hospital because his stepfather is the stepfather of this son of Peterson beat his son so badly that the son went to the hospital, and then eventually he unfortunately passed away. But like at the time when I posted this tweet, all we knew that was Adrian Peterson's son was going to the hospital. So
right. And you just made a mention about his fantasy value.
Well, I said, yeah, I said on Twitter, I'm like, if you have Peterson, here's who I would pick up in fantasy this week. I didn't even like say anything outside of that.
Yeah. And it's just like, dude, you're just, what are you going to say? Play him if you know he's not going to be, you know what I mean? Like, I just remember thinking like, do you think like it was like lack of that? Like you didn't make mention of like why? Like I didn't understand like why people like freaked out.
Yeah, people went insane. People were like, we had Matt Miller, who he's one of the biggest scumbags in the world. I think he, I mean, not the world, in the sports football world. He's one of the worst people. He actually wrote an article when he was working for Bleacher Report saying that people shouldn't visit walterfootball.com just based on what I wrote. And I'm like, I'm just doing my job. Like I'm a football analyst. I'm like, if you own Adrian Peterson in your fantasy leagues, like this is back when he was the best player. I'm like,
yeah,
like, okay, here's who you pick up. Like,
yeah, that's so absurd. Like, I just don't like. To me, it was so obvious. You're just saying, like, you're not going to say, "Hey, keep him in." Like he's not playing. Like,
yeah, I don't know. That was,
I just don't see how that could be interpreted as like insensitivity of any kind on your part.
Yeah,
it just that never made sense to me.
Right.
So,
and by the way, Matt Miller, we when I don't want to mention the person because I don't know if he wants me to mention who he is, but we had an NFL draft analyst working for us, not Charlie, and he found out that, according to him, I don't want to get sued here. He said that Matt Miller was stealing his content, and he wanted for both of us to sue him for copyright infringement. So that kind of just shows you like what sort of a person that is. So, you know.
Oh wow.
Not surprised.
Yeah, for sure. Wow. That was so crazy to me. That situation. I remember thinking it's just like, I don't know, man. Like I think people, I don't know.
I do remember Peter Schrager talking to Scott Van Pelt or something. They actually were talking about me on Twitter to each other, and I saw it. And Peter Schrager was like, I don't see what the big deal is. And I was like, yeah, I didn't want to respond, but I was like, yeah, I agree. I was like, yes, I agree.
Yeah, I don't see what the big deal is either, but
that was crazy. And then the woman voting thing, that was like, people get that wrong all the time. People are like, oh, you don't think women should be able to vote? I'm like, I never said that. My quote was, I think women would probably be better off not voting. That's what I said. I had nothing to do. I would never take anyone's rights away. Like I said, I'm libertarian. Like people are like, you don't think women should vote? I'm like, no, I never said that at all. So
you said your wife said that?
My wife said that. I was having dinner. That's actually that's why it was in my mind. I was having lunch with her for our anniversary, and she's like, well, I wish you would just be able to vote for me. I'm like, why? She's like, I don't know. She's like, I forget what she said exactly. She's like, women are crazy. They're too emotional. You know, like I feel like men are more grounded. They'd be able to vote better. And so like that's why I was like in my head. And then like I was just responding. I was just trolling someone for something they said. It was like some woman had like a really dumb opinion, and I was like, this is why, you know, that's why I said it. And so like people got so angry at me. Like there's some female NFL analysts who are like I used to respect Walt's football. He's telling me I can't vote. I'm like, I never said that. I never said that at all.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So
jeez.
It's so stupid.
Yeah. What about because I remember. Yeah, just that AP thing. That was so weird to me. That's so weird to me.
My wife's a misogynist. Yes.
I guess.
It's sponsored. We are a fantasy podcast. We don't delve into societal issues. Obviously, the AP situation is tragic, but you're here to delve football and have an obligation to discuss the impact of fantasy football. Yeah, Andy. I mean, that's
essentially what you did.
What did I even do? I'm like, I feel like.
I didn't apologize. No. You didn't apologize, but
No, I didn't
I think
apologize for what?
I somehow remember you making a post saying like, what I did was part of my job.
Yeah.
And like, it was pretty, because I remember I commented, I was like, we've got your back, Walt. I remember
Yeah.
writing that.
Yeah, I didn't. I was so stupid. I feel like
Yeah.
people just don't like me, and they're just trying to find an excuse.
Who wouldn't like you, princess? All right, what do we got here next?
Okay.
You pick a game, man. Or you want to put the Commanders Club on the card?
I'll put it down for now. We'll see if maybe we'll find other games we like better. But I know I trust your underdog picks, and you're totally right about the spot, like 100% right about the spot. I just think the matchup is very difficult here to overcome, but there's no doubt that Denver's had very close calls against horrible teams already, and not just once or twice, but like basically half the season. So
yeah, no, it is, and there's just like, that's the thing. What did I see? I saw this meme. It was like, Bo Nix does the thinkable, like, as opposed to the unthinkable. Like, it's just
right.
it's just mediocre. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing about Bo Nix. It's like, I do like him. I do like Bo Nix. I like the Broncos, but like, you're not. It's a different, obviously, a much different team than like. I'm just not like, oh, like Bo Nix is gonna light it up tonight. Like,
It's his coming out party.
yeah. Oh no, I hope that does. Imagine he has his coming out party here against the Commanders Club.
Commanders Club, yeah.
Yeah.
It could. I don't know. Could happen. We'll see. I don't. I doubt it. It is a horrible defense, though.
Yeah, but I like the spot here.
What did you have the Broncos line? So this is just based on talent of these teams. No spot, no nothing. I made this line Denver -8.5. So like I was personally shocked when I saw 6 and then now 5.5. I'm like, this line is way too short. So like my first instinct was like Denver's the play. But then I thought about it. I'm like, this is a rough spot. Like Kansas City off the win 2 weeks to hear about how great they are. And this team routinely plays down to its competition, like over and over again. Like Giants almost lost that game. Jets, I know the Giants was jet lag, but Jets in London 13-11. I know that's travel, but the Jets are traveling too. Raiders 10-7. Titans, that they were nearly trailing if Cam Ward didn't take a couple sacks in the fourth quarter. The Titans would have kicked the field goal to take the lead. I'm sure I'm missing some as well. Houston with Davis Mills, they barely won that game.
And might I add that those two games against the Jets and the Giants, a 2-point win and a 1-point win respectively, against the Giants that they shouldn't have even won, were after a previous statement win against the Eagles, maybe a game they weren't expected to win, similar to where they're coming off of here with the Chiefs. Perhaps
100%.
So I'm just saying, interconference on the road across 2 time zones. Give me the Commanders Club.
We still don't know if that's good or bad.
It's but whatever works in my favor. You throw it on the argument.
Just something to add.
Just like throw it on there in case. It can't be the only thing,
You could just like say that randomly, like half waxing half moon tonight. Just had that.
Have you ever seen one of my favorite movies? Was it Little Big League?
I think so. What is remind me of that?
Yeah, it's the kid is the manager of the Twins. His grandfather owns the Twins. Little Big League. I'd watch it right now. It's such a good movie if you like baseball. But the commentator used to always say he's actually hitting 500 in games west of the Mason or south of the Mason-Dixon line in a dome at night. Like, it's just like all these he's like, so that's something to look forward to. Like, I always love like all the different things they do. That I feel like they're really starting to do that with like the NBA too. It's like, he's the first player to have like 15 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, and it's like, wait a second, it's like, you're just like, it's just stats. Like, it's just like a continual like ceiling of like stats. It's like, oh wow, no one else has ever had like 25 points, 8 assists, 8 rebounds in their rookie year on the road against the number 1 seed. It's just like, what?
Yeah,
It has to like meet all these qualifications. It's weird. I don't know.
Yeah, we agree with that. It's very. You could just data mine anything.
Yeah, exactly. You can just like you can prop these players up. It's like, okay, they're not that great. Oh well, he had like a game of like first rookie. I don't know. Yeah, it's too much. It's too much.
Yeah, I agree.
These advanced stats though. It's good for the game.
That's
good for the game.
The waxing half moon stats.
It means something. How about the quacky gut feeling? Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'll ride with you, Quacky. 9-2 versus 3-8, less than 6 points.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. Yeah. That's what I'm saying too, Parrots.
It's very sketchy line. Like I said, I thought it should be 8.5.
It's a great show. We're having a good time. This has been a good show so far. We got some good mojo.
I agree. And for my game, I want to bring up. So Andy said, if you want an upset, pick Houston. So let's get to this game because things have fundamentally changed with this one. We got the news on Thursday afternoon that Daniel Jones is going to be playing with a fractured fibula. So he's going to be playing with a fractured leg here against Houston's defense. Like, are you kidding me? Like. We've seen a couple quarterbacks play with injuries before. Baker Mayfield, a couple games, he got hurt against the Niners, and then he just has struggled ever since. Carson Wentz playing with the torn labrum. He struggled for a couple games. He was awful. Remember that game against the Chargers on Thursday night where you even texted me, you're like, what is he still doing in the game?
Yeah.
It's just these injured quarterbacks always suck, and then he's playing against one of the best defenses in the NFL. And you're getting 3.5 points on top of that. So I'm gonna have Houston on my card. I can't believe that a quarterback's playing with a fractured fibula. That's insane. What do you think about this game?
Isn't that what? Remember that the undefeated Patriots here didn't? What did Phil Rivers have?
Yeah, Phil Rivers, he tore his ACL when he was playing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember he played. I can't believe he played in that game. They should have kept Billy Volek in, man. They would have won.
Yeah, well, Tomlinson had an injury too. Like, I feel like if Tomlinson stayed healthy and they'd Volek, like, yeah, they could have. But like, yeah, Philip Rivers was like clearly not healthy in that game.
I think Gates was hurt too. I think he went out.
Yeah. First time DJ's hit, maybe the last play of the season. Yeah, and like I there's a misconception I've seen that people are on Twitter are like, oh, it's okay, Anthony Richardson could come in. I'm like, well, first of all, it's not okay, but second of all, like. Richardson's not even healthy. He's on IR. Like if Daniel Jones comes out, it's Riley Leonard coming in. Like Riley Leonard, the quarterback who was Notre Dame last year. Like this is not good. Not a good situation for the Colts at all against the Houston defense that's just going to swarm him. This seems like an easy play in Houston. What do you think?
Well, look, I don't disagree, but I have to say, I mean, given the Jones news, where has this line moved from and to? Because let me look at the contest here. 1 second.
It's 4. I believe it's 4.5 in the contest.
4.5 in the contest.
Yeah.
You've got 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, just based on that, I mean,
I don't think they want to move it past 3 because they can get middled. That was my thought.
Well, I mean.
I don't know, maybe Andy. I would like to hear Andy's.
This is weird, okay? This is a weird line. Come on, this guy's got a broken leg and they're still minus 3.5 after that defensive display that they just put on in front of everyone on prime time. It doesn't add up, man. This does not add up to me. Also, wait, Stroud's back, right? Let's not forget, like, oh yeah, like great job on defense, y'all. Your offense is freaking anemic. You guys suck. So I'm just saying.
There's not a lot of money on Houston.
Really?
It's like 63% of the bets. It's not like 80%.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That doesn't seem right. Come on, he's got a broken leg. Why are they even going to put him out there? Something doesn't add up here, man.
Well, the reports are saying that he looks good in practice. So I think people are just not really they're not kind of aware of how grim the situation could be.
I don't know. I mean, I like the Texans too, but that seems way too easy.
I said it last night with Evan. I'm like, this reminds me of like communist regimes like North Korea, where they have those parades and they trot out like their nuclear weapons just to show how like strong they are. That's what reminds me here. Like Daniel Jones, oh, he looks so good in practice with this fractured fibula. Like it just it
Yeah, yeah.
doesn't add up at all. Like it seems like a disaster situation. Seems like too short of an adjustment. Leonard's taking any snaps of practice in
I
case he's needed.
agree.
Yeah.
That's a fate worse than death, huh? Maybe not that bad, but yeah,
It's not, yeah,
that's not going to
that's
be
a
a
little extreme.
that's not going to be a pretty situation. You're right, Andy.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be dreadful. I mean, well, I guess you're just leaning on Taylor. I don't know. I mean, yeah, this Texans defense is impressive, and I've read them pretty well recently, but I don't know. At the same time, like, yeah, their defense has been good all year, and it really sticks in our minds like that awesome performance. What, they have 8 sacks against Josh Allen, and especially against a quality team in the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, yeah, like I don't know this team also, because I had the Titans. They also didn't cover against the Titans. I mean, this Texans team has been underwhelming until like, I don't know. Now, like suddenly it's cool. Like everyone's like hip to like how good their defense is. Like after that game, and it's just like, and on a broken freaking leg here, I don't know. Something seems weird here, man. I don't disagree. I like Houston. I can't take Colts certainly, but it's just like I don't know. That seems weird. Why? That seems so easy.
Yeah,
Seems
but
too easy.
it's not like that easy. Where like if the money were like 80%, sure, it's a 63%. I don't think people are like caught on to this. I just don't think they know. Texans will focus on Taylor and force Indy passing game to beat them. Yeah. I mean, with the quarterback, the broken leg, you can focus on the run. Yeah, I totally agree with that. And Houston's defense is great anyway. It's not like even if Jones were healthy, I think they could slow down Taylor.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The table seems. I mean, well, I'll put it on the maybe pile, but
Oh, Daniel Jones under rushing seems great. I didn't even think of that. That's a good call, James.
oh my god, yeah, take it right now.
Yeah. By the way, props to two things with Evan. First of all, condolences to Evan because he lost in Survivor with the Eagles today. So that's crazy because in Circa you have to play the Thanksgiving slate, and all 4 favorites lost. So they went from 900 entries to 47.
Holy cow!
There are 47 people left. And some people did take the underdogs today. It was smart. If you had multiple entries, that's like this is the week to do it. So yeah, condolences to Evan, but props to Evan, who told me as soon as he saw that the Eagles are not showing up, he's like, bet DeAndre Swift over rushing and ladder it, and that's exactly what he did. I posted on Twitter. So we had DeAndre Swift. He went over his rushing, but he also had we had a 125 plus at 5.5 to 1, which we hit today. He had 125 on the dot, even though he was splitting with Monangai. So great call by Evan there, but it's kind of it really sucks that his Survivor entry losses. I was really hoping he would go the distance and
oh man,
or at least get to week 17 so he can like hedge at a great amount at because the circuit gives you a credit line. So that really sucks. But I mean, a lot of people are in the same boat because 853 people got knocked out in these last 48 hours. So it's crazy. But it
really is. I imagine most of the people that survived probably took Green Bay. They had to take one of these 4 games.
I think only 13 people took Green Bay, from what I remember. So I guess that is a chunk of it. Who had? Let's see. The Bears had. I'm going to put on the screen here. The Bears had 28 people take them right here. You'll see it.
Okay.
Bears had 28. Bengals 10, Cowboys 8, Packers 3. So I was wrong about that. So those Lions that they're 13.
More people took the Cowboys than the Packers.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I like the Packers so much. I think if I had to take an underdog, it would have been the Packers.
And 10 people took the Bengals. I mean, I guess with Burrow coming back, some people were thinking.
Well, I know one guy had multiple entries and he took the Ravens and Bengals. So
Oh wow! Okay.
If you have multiple entries, you can do that. So I would have waited a little bit so I can't say I would have been that smart, but yeah, that's it. 38, 46, 38, 46,
Wow.
49. 49 people are left, not 47.
Yeah. Wow, I can't believe that many more people were on the Eagles and the Ravens. I thought that number would have been switched.
Well, Joe Burrow is coming back. I think that scared people off the Ravens.
It's true, but yeah, only 13 people took the Lions. I'm kind of maybe not too surprised. Okay.
Yeah, Evan made the right call. Yeah, absolutely. That's why I told him today.
I think so too. Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you can't feel bad about this. You made the right call. It sucks that it didn't pan out, but yeah, it's a shame. Like I was looking forward to hearing him like how he would hedge in week 17 after the Christmas games and whatnot. So that sucks, but
wait, does he have
next year?
Does he have a second entry in or no?
No, he had 5 entries to start. He lost his second entry. He had 2 entries left for a while, and then he lost the second entry on I think I want to say the Bills. The Bills lost to the Falcons, I think. I could be wrong. And then so he had this last entry left for a while. So yeah, and yeah, it sucks.
That's a bummer. Evan is like so good at like planning all this out and has such like good reasoning for all his picks, and it's like, I really thought too, it's like how could he not win like the way he was, but that was a tough one. And it's such a unique part of this Survivor competition too.
Yeah, it just shows that you can make all the right calls, the right decisions, and you could still lose. So it's he had a whole spreadsheet and everything. If you want to see it at the end of last night's episode, last half hour of it, he went over his whole spreadsheet. So It's really cool to see the whole breakdown. He had a whole planned out, like all the scenarios, and he was worried about week 17. And I kind of convinced him afterward. I'm like, dude, if you make it to week 17B, so after the Christmas games, like you're gonna be able to hedge for like hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like I don't think you need to worry about it that bad, But now I don't think we're gonna get to week 18. I think it'll be over in a few weeks. At this rate, with only 49 people left. So
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Guy had 7 entries, 5 Ravens, 1 Bengals, and 1 Cowboys. So he has 2 left out of 49. That's pretty great.
Wow. Oof.
Yeah, and the Grandissimo's over, which was the $100,000 entry for Survivor. I forget how many people they had originally, but it was a $100,000 entry. So I heard it was like a lot of the people who did well at the World Series of Poker. They just like went over and entered, and there were like 8 or 9 people left, and they all lost. They all lost.
Are you serious?
They all lost. Yeah, so they split it 9 ways or 8 ways, however many were left.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. Okay. 6 way. Sorry. 6 way split. Yeah. Three people had the Eagles today, so they could have survived for 3-way potentially. 69 entries. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah. They're going to split 6.9 million 6 ways.
Not bad.
It's pretty good. Pretty good payout. 10 extra money for I assume they entered July-ish. So 4 months is 10 extra monies. It's pretty good. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, we have more games to get to. It's your turn to make a pick. Do you want to go?
Wait, what was yours? The Texans, huh?
Oh yeah, we didn't decide how much you like the Texans. Sorry, because you seem skeptical. We can put it on the maybe pile if you like.
Yeah, we can put it on the maybe pile. Yeah, something just doesn't add up. I mean, all the table's all set there, but it's like, well, what if the steak doesn't show up? I don't know. Something seems weird about it. That's all.
Andy's built a reputation as a good team with the record. Public has made money on the Colts. Yeah. I agree totally. Like, I don't think the public is taking this seriously, this injury. I think they're just ignoring it. Like, it's like white noise at this point because they saw, oh, he looks good in practice. He'll be fine. And then the sharp money bumped this down from 4.5 to 3.5.
Okay. All right. What else do we have here? Let's take a look. Oh, okay. Here's the thing. I don't know if I'll talk you into this. The freaking Raiders are 9.5. Let's take the Raiders, man. Come on, this Chargers team sucks. They lost
the Raiders.
Yeah, but come on, like this is too many points. This is too many points. Dude, the Chargers, like what? Name like one impressive game they've had outside of that Vikings game where Carson Wentz could barely stand. They didn't cover against Tennessee. Yeah, okay, the Steelers game. That even that the Steelers were in it way longer than they should have been. Didn't cover against the Titans. They got crushed against the Colts. They didn't cover against the Dolphins. They lost to the like. I don't know, man. It's like after those first 3 wins to start the season, they looked okay, but I think this is too many points. I like the Raiders here.
So I originally liked the Raiders when I did the show with Andy. We disagreed on this one. We spent I think more time on this game than any other. Yeah, with Raiders offense may just take 20 points for it may take 11 or 10 from the they can win 10-0. So I like the Raiders when I did the show on Wednesday, and I was kind of like thinking about it, and because the one concern I had even on Wednesday was that the Chargers are coming off a bye, and Jim Harbaugh is one of the best coaches in the NFL, and if there's someone who can like try to figure something out with this offensive line and like try to solve it and have 2 weeks to do it and maybe figure something out, I think it could be Jim Harbaugh. Like Andy Reid's in that category too. You know, for example, like he could like, I don't think the situation is ever going to be great like it was to start the year, but if he gets this to like slightly below average, this offensive line situation, if he can figure something out, then suddenly the Chargers will have a really good chance to cover this game. And I was looking at the injury report today. The Raiders, who, as Andy said, they have the worst offensive line he's ever seen, at least in a long time. It might even be worse this week because one of their 3 best linemen, he could be out this game. That would be Jordan Meredith. He was DNP limited. So like he's actually like been, I don't even say he's been average. He's been like slightly below average, but he hasn't been terrible. And like his backup could be terrible. And like, so what if the Raiders offensive line is even worse than what we saw the 10 sack performance against the Browns? The Chargers have a really good pass rush. Chargers have a really good defense. Like, and the Raiders don't have a good defense. So I think the Chargers, as Andy said, 20 points. I think they can get to 20. I think that's a fair number. They scored 25 against the Steelers, and the Steelers have a much better defense than the Raiders do. I think 20, 23 is pretty fair for the Chargers. I don't think the Raiders can get to 13. I really don't. And so I have done a 180 on this one. I think the Chargers are the right side. I'm not going to bet this one. Just it is a lot of points for a bad offense. But like I said, Harbaugh could figure something out there in the bye. So I'm off the Raiders here.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just note too that the first time these teams met, Geno Smith had a pretty terrible game, if I recall, and the Chargers won by 11.
It's a Monday night game.
Yeah, which would barely cover this spread here, but would cover it nonetheless. I mean,
that Raider offense in week 2 had Colton Miller, and Jackson Powers Johnson. Their 2 best linemen. They're both gone. They're both on IR, and now their 3rd best lineman, or 3rd or 4th, however you want to call it, he could be out too, or banged up. So it's gonna be brutal, and like Geno could easily pick 6. You know, he's been so bad this year. He's given the ball up a lot.
They played some decent games up until like that Cowboys game. I mean, Dallas was really like up for that game emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and then before that, they kept games close against the Broncos and the Jags. I had the Raiders plus 2.5 against the Jags in that 30-29 game.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just like I look at the Chargers. It's like they almost lost to the Dolphins. They did lose to the Jaguars. Like they didn't cover against Tennessee. Like,
yeah, I
guess it's just like what makes me think this will be different. I guess.
I think it's the bye and the preparation with Harbaugh.
That's
I think that's a wild card that we just don't know. Maybe it's a nothing burger. Maybe nothing will happen. Maybe they'll win 13-10 or 13-6. Geno struggled all year due to offensive line issues. Walt mentioned stat about Genty.
Yeah, getting hit in the backfield and that.
Yeah, he is the worst yards before contact in the NFL. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Oh, look, I mean, I've watched this Raiders team. I'm not trying to suggest that they're good or anything, but I don't know. I don't have a lot of faith in the Chargers. Like, what evidence do I have that they're gonna cover like a big spread like this? I guess.
Well, they have the much better defense. They have the much better quarterback. They have the much. I don't say much better coach, but like they do have a better coach and coming off a bye. So they have some things going for them, you know. Then they don't have a home field here. They're it's funny. There are more Raider fans in LA than Charger fans because the Raiders used to play in LA. You know, it's not even up for debate. The LA Raiders they had a big following. The LA Chargers have never had a following. So like there will be way more Raider fans at this game than the Chargers. That's definitely could be an issue for the Chargers, silent count and whatnot. But yeah, that's all I can think of is the non-home field. Actually, I think home field disadvantage. I'd maybe dock the Chargers a point for this game.
Oh no, is this going to be the Raiders Super Bowl?
I don't know. Is it like why would I mean I think that Denver game was the Super Bowl.
Because the Raiders fans are going to take back LA this time.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Yeah, give it back to the Raiders. They're gonna be there in force, man.
Yeah,
the Superchargers are gonna be like, oh no, like we need our fans here.
Super Bowl is Week 18 versus the Chiefs. Yeah. I mean, I could see that if like the Chiefs are playing for their lives. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Good call there, Parrots.
Yeah, because usually the Chiefs sit their starters Week 18, but not this year.
But I think the Raiders fans in LA take back the city.
Maybe they're in a Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. Hey, do you think the Raiders should have beat the Bucks that Super Bowl? Like, remember, what was the center? They banned the coach. Who was it? Callahan.
Yeah. Bill Callahan. Why?
Bill Callahan. Yeah, he changed the game plan, like the whole game plan, like 2 nights before. And then what was the center's name? He like had like a mental breakdown.
Barrett Robbins. Yeah,
Robbins.
The Raiders center Barrett Robbins. He disappeared. Like he vanished. No one knew where he went. Like the night before the Super Bowl, he just disappeared. And like Rich Gannon, who won MVP that year, he was the most like OCD person ever at quarterback, and he was freaking out because the center was gone, and like he just he just had a meltdown during the game. But that was part of the problem. The other part of the problem was that the Raiders never changed any of their any of their calls. And so the Buccaneers knew exactly what they were going to do.
Yeah.
And like, I remember like Keyshawn Johnson was, he was heard on the sideline talking to Gruden, and he's like, this is what we practiced. It's like, it's like, yep. I know they didn't change anything.
That's awesome. Yeah, that was
like the Raiders got hit by both things very, very badly. So, which, if you just take the talent of the two teams, that should have been a really good game. I mean, the Raiders are great that year. Like that offense, they had Tim Brown, Jerry Rice. Really good defense. I thought they looked like the strongest team. Before the Eagles lost McNabb, I thought the Eagles were the best team that year. McNabb got hurt in week 12. And he missed the rest of the year, and then he came back for the playoffs, but he was not healthy. Like it was obvious. So I thought, and the Eagles beat the Buccaneers in the regular season that year, at home when it wasn't cold. So I thought if they had a healthy McNabb, I thought that would have been the Eagles season, but McNabb wasn't healthy.
That's a game that will forever live in my memory, because I remember they were talking all week about how the Buccaneers were like 0-31 when the temperature is under freezing, and it was supposed to be like 27 degrees. And it was just like the cold. And everyone was like, no way the Eagles lose this. And like that, they just wouldn't stop talking about that cold.
Mm-hmm.
I think for true Philadelphia sports fans, of all the tough losses that city's ever taken, that NFC Championship has got to be one of them. Remember McNabb threw that pick six? It was Rondé Barber, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Rondé Barber. Yeah,
he ran it back, and it was like, because those Eagles teams were so good, and it was like it was like Tampa Bay, who, like,
Brad Johnson.
Yeah, and it was just like they were all the. I mean, everything, like they basically had their ticket stamped already to go to the Super
Yeah.
Bowl, and it was like, nope. But I'll never forget on that America's Game series, there was an interview with Gruden and Warren Sapp, and Gruden was saying, like, he looked back at Warren Sapp like on the bus after they lost to the Eagles in the regular season,
Mhm.
and he was like, if we see them again, he's like, I know how to beat them. I know how to beat them.
Make sure McNabb's hurt. Did he stick his leg out in the Arizona game? I don't know if they had to buy that week.
No, but like he had it figured out by the end of the game. I thought that was pretty cool. And then he was like, if we see the Eagles in the playoffs, he was like, Gruden was like, I know how to beat them.
He did abuse the middle linebacker that in that NFC Championship. The Eagles were cheap, not now, completely 180 compared to now, but they didn't pay Jeremiah Trotter a linebacker, and then I can't remember who it was like Mark Simino or something. I can't remember who the linebacker was. It could have been Simino. Like they knew that they had a big liability at linebacker, and so Gruden just attacked the middle of the field over and over again in that NFC Championship. But like McNabb not being healthy was a big part of that too. Like he just how can you win when your quarterback's throwing the ball to the other team? Like he was just not healthy.
Yeah.
And that was the year AJ Feely was undefeated as the starter, or maybe he had one loss, but no, I think he went undefeated. I'm not sure. And then later I saw AJ Feely at a bar, and I was like talking.
I remember that. Yeah.
I told that story, but yeah.
Oh man, yeah, that was it's crazy that they went to five NFC Championship games and only one Super Bowl appearance. Remember that fifth one against our all-time favorite game against the Cardinals when they lost?
Arizona.
Oh my god,
Yep.
that was.
Yep.
I'll never
when the
forget
Eagles
that.
play the Cardinals, nothing good happens. Like it feels like they suffer a catastrophic injury or catastrophic loss. Like, and they used to be divisional rivals, or maybe not rivals, the same division. So, that's like you wouldn't think that Arizona would be like the Eagles' foil, but they always were.
Yeah, I know. It's so strange. They seem to always beat them, or it's like a close game, or they cover at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. Your pop quiz: the year that the Eagles did go to the Super Bowl, who did they beat in that NFC Championship game, and who was the quarterback?
The Falcons and Vic.
Oh wow, you're on fire, baby. I guess that's pretty easy, huh?
He's on fire with easy questions.
Yeah. Well, maybe not everyone would remember that.
No, I don't know. I mean, it was a while. It was 21 years ago. So,
yeah. Okay, so we're I guess we disagree on that one. Holy cow, the Eagles were -7. Whew.
The Eagles were -7. Yeah, they were.
For some reason, I thought that was like 5.
Oh, did you? Yeah,
I didn't play it, obviously, but
I did. I played the Eagles, but I made my money back with those DeAndre Swift bets. So thank you, Evan, for that. You identified that so quickly. He's like I actually want to see what time he texted me, because it was funny. It was like a minute into the game, or not actually a minute, but he identified that so quickly. Let's see here. It was a 351, I think. So okay, it wasn't that quickly, but he did say game's over at 3:28. 28 minutes into the game that the game was over, and he was right.
Oh, wow.
The Eagles were a complete no-show. No, did not show up at all in this game. Just no effort.
Yeah, I don't know what their deal is this year, man.
I can't justify betting them again this year until they start showing some effort, because they are the ASS team. Is I forget what else that the whole acronym, but we could start calling the ASS team.
Yeah, it's just like a modified version of them that you see. It's just not.
Yeah,
keep waiting for it to get over the hump. It's not going to.
Like Hurts is not run. Why is he not running? Like he's running half as much as he was last year. I think it could be like, yeah, I won the Super Bowl. I don't need to do anything else. I'm set. I accomplished my goal.
First ballot Hall of Famer, you think?
Jalen Hurts?
Yeah.
Not yet. I mean, if he wins another Super Bowl, sure.
Oh wow, you don't think he gets in now?
I think he could get in. I think if he retired today, I'd say no. But like he still has a long time left in his career. To pad his stats and win some playoff games.
You think he's overrated?
I think
hard to ignore a win and a Super Bowl MVP.
He's so inconsistent. It's not that
Yeah.
he's overrated. When he's on, he's incredible. But when he's off, he looks like Justin Fields. You know, he looked like Justin Fields today. Russ played himself out for MVP candidate Russell Wilson.
Yeah, he's literally the best in the league right now.
The best. Yeah. All right. So let's get to another game here. Another fundamental change, and I don't really quite know what I'm doing this game yet. But Baker Mayfield is apparently going to play, which I'm shocked. Like, they called him week to week. He did not even practice on Wednesday. He was limited Thursday, and then he was full today. And Todd Bowles said, "Yeah, he's on pace to play." And like, we've already seen Baker play through an injury. Like, this is like more injuries, and he's going to keep playing through this. The shame of it is, in the contest, I believe this line is 3, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it's 3. Now it's 3.5 now in real life, and the line has gone up because of the news, and it's actually 4.5 on FanDuel. So obviously the line should go up, I guess, if Mayfield is playing over Bridgewater. But if he's not like close to being healthy, then like, would you even like consider Mayfield better than Bridgewater in that scenario? Like, I don't know. I mean, like, Bridgewater was so bad, so maybe you do, but I don't know. I don't want to back an injured quarterback at all. And like, Arizona's been a really live team here, unless they're playing an elite team. Now, they got crushed by the Rams. They got crushed by the Seahawks. Or no, sorry, Seahawks and 49ers, not the Rams yet. That's next week. Well, yeah, that's going to be a bloodbath next week. But yeah, Seahawks and Niners, they were crushed. But against other teams this year, they could have won all of those games. They're 3-8. They could have won 6 of those games. Like, is they're all decided in the last second or overtime? Like, they could have beaten the Jaguars that went to overtime. The Titans game, for example, they had the collapse. I could just rattle on so many instances of like Arizona almost winning, and like, yeah, they have lost those games. So you don't want to give them like too much credit, but at the same time, they've kept a lot of their games close, and now it's at plus 3.5 in real life. If this were plus 3.5 in the contest, I would definitely be on Arizona. Like, I would think it would be on my card. At plus 3, I'm not so sure. And then in the Westgate, it's 2.5. So forget about that. But plus 3, I'm considering it for my personal card. What do you think about this situation?
Oh, geez, I'll tell you. I mean, I just feel like I'm always on the wrong side of Arizona this season. Mm-hmm. We had them last week plus 2.5, and they lose by 3, and it's just, it's just been a frustrating go. Cost me a survivor pool with that Tennessee game that you mentioned. I mean, and just there's truly, I have no opinion on this game, because that withstanding or that notwithstanding, whichever is the correct usage.
Or I just sometimes withstanding.
yeah, somewhat withstanding
half the time.
Yeah, I mean, like, am I going to get a Bridgewater or a shaky Baker Mayfield? I don't know. So it's just, I don't really have a real strong lean here on either one of these. I mean, you seem to really like the Cardinals, though.
Yeah, I think I always thought this line is too high. When we had the advanced line of 5.5, I made this line 2.5. I consider these teams close to even Tampa Bay by a smidge. But then when like this line was 3 or 2.5, when it was supposed to be Bridgewater, I made this line Arizona minus 1.5. So I have always just thought that this line was too high. And for what it's worth, Tampa has the worst home field advantage in the NFL. And like, that's documented with a large sample size. Tampa at home, not that I'm basing it on the spec, I'm just saying that Tampa at home in their new stadium, in the stadium they've been in, is 46-78 against the spread. Somehow, I don't understand how that's that bad. That's crazy. Wow. 46-78 against the spread at home. Like, that's crazy.
What's the record of home teams when a red team plays a red team? They're the same colors.
They are, I believe, 123 and 120. I don't know. You can't trust the Cardinals. I can trust the Cardinals to keep it close. If you're telling me if this is like Survivor, I'll say no, of course not. But like, Arizona has kept a lot of games close this year. Just throw out the two teams that they're clearly worse than, Seattle and San Francisco. Like, I don't think they're worse than Tampa, especially with an injured Mayfield. Their losses have been by 1 to the Niners. That was Mac Jones. By 4 to the Colts, who are much better than the Buccaneers, I think, back when Daniel Jones was playing better. 4 to the Packers, who I think are definitely better than the Buccaneers. 3 to the Seahawks the first time, and 3 to the Jaguars, which just came in overtime, and 1 to the Titans in that crazy game. So they have not lost by 4 points to anyone this year outside of those two games. So I'm just saying I trust them to keep it close and competitive, but I don't necessarily trust them to win. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, geez, I don't know, man. Just feel, I mean, your point has merit. I just feel like I'm always on the wrong side of them. Like, always. I like the Colts. I did, but I like the Packers when they played the Packers. And the Cardinals covered against the Packers.
I don't know what my record is with them. I do document this. 5-6, just 5-6 with them. There's some teams where I'm like 9-2 with. Like, I am 9-2 in Raider games this year somehow.
Oh wow! Oh no! And you like the Superchargers?
Yeah, I'm 8-3 in Seahawks games. I'm 8-3 in Saints games. On the flip side, I'm 2-9 in Giants games, and I am 3-8 in Jets games. 3-8. So here we go. Something has to give here. I'm 3-8 in Charger games, but 9-2 in Raider games. So something's gonna have to give. My worst team's my second worst team is Steelers at 2-8. So.
Oh man. Wow, that's like the yin and yang there. Chargers and Raiders for your picks.
That's what
I say we take the Raiders. You're because if you do, like when you pick them, they hit, baby.
Yeah, but the Chargers I miss with all the time.
Yeah, so
I don't know.
I say we stick with what we know. Okay, I don't know if you're gonna get me to put this Cardinals Bucks on the card, man. I don't know.
All right,
because Baker plays, he's gonna play tough. He always plays tough.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's gonna make my card. I would just like this might be like my fifth pick, maybe. I just wanted to talk about it because we had the big change there. This is the two big changes with Jones with the fracture fibula and Mayfield trending toward playing, not even officially playing. So, all right, what is your next game?
Okay, let's look at the Saints and Dolphins here, man. Oh, what is this line? First off, I mean, I just feel like it's like begging you to take the Saints. Seem too easy here because I like the Saints.
Yeah,
but it's like I don't know. I thought that this would be like 3.5 or 4, I guess. So, and I don't know. I've read the Saints pretty well. They've played tough. Let me bring up I got to find their schedule here.
I made this line 1.5, so I'm even more bullish on the Saints.
Oh wow, you like him too, huh?
Oh yeah.
Well, like
Chris Olave, Chris Olave's questionable. That really bothers me. Outside of that, I like the Saints.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I liked him against the Panthers. They won that game. I know they're bad, but at least like for the most part, like I don't know. This seems like a spot where they're going to keep this close. I don't know why the Dolphins are favored by so much, but now that seems like too easy. Where do you see the money going?
Because they won 3 in a row. That's why they're favored by that much.
Really? I still wouldn't.
73% of the money is on Miami, or 73% of the bets are on Miami.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people think this team's good for some reason. I don't get it. They stink. They're a terrible team. They have nothing going on for them except for Achane, and the Saints are good against the run. Like, take away Achane, what did they do well? I don't even know. They don't do anything well. They can't block. They can't. Tua's so inconsistent. They have no receiving threats outside of Waddle. They can't stop the run. They can't stop the pass. They can't get to the quarterback. Their coach is a crack addict. Like, they have nothing going on here. I don't know. And this is bye plus win. They won right before the bye, by the way, nearly losing to the Redskins. And they've had 2 weeks to hear about how they won in Spain, how they won 3 in a row, and like now they play the Saints. Like, do you think they're going to be focused for the Saints? I don't think so.
I don't know. Do you think this could be revenge for that 2009 game where the Dolphins were?
In my mind, yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
That
was
horrible.
horrible. That was horrible.
Did I tell you what else cursed? That game was it was Drew Brees, who's big favorite in Miami.
Your dad texted you.
Yes. So the Saints the Dolphins are huge underdogs, and I told him to bet the Dolphins, and the Dolphins are up big. I forget what the score was, but my dad, he called me and he was like, "It's a great call on the Dolphins." I'm like, "Oh, you just jinxed it," and they blew the big lead.
I want to say they were up like either 21-3 or 21-7.
Yeah, it was. I think it was 21-3. And yeah, that's when my dad called me. I was like, "Oh, that was over. It was all over."
I think they were like +7, weren't they?
Something 7.5, something like that. Yeah.
But because I remember thinking like, wow, even though they're coming back, they'll still cover the 7, right? And they didn't.
That's so brutal.
That was the year the Saints won the Super Bowl. They started out 13-0.
Yeah. Yep. When you're 4-7, still have a shot at the playoffs, you will be focused. Not against the Saints. I don't think you can take the Saints seriously, especially with some divisional games on the horizon. I don't think so.
I don't know, man. They're interconference on the
and a half moon.
Yeah. In an outdoor stadium too.
South of the Mason-Dixon line.
Yeah. I'm willing to put the Saints. What are we getting in the contest here?
6. We're getting 6 in the contest. Ooh. Yeah. That's great. It's down to 5.5. Devin Neal breakout game. You know who I think is really going to play well in this game is Juwan Johnson. Miami is one of the worst defenses against tight ends, 4th worst against tight ends. So Juwan Johnson seems like he could have a great game here.
Oh, okay. He's had some moments this year.
Yeah, he's been solid. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We'll put the Saints on there if you want to.
All right, let's rock and roll. Saints +6.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get to some of my favorite games. So let's start chronologically, and we will begin with Rams at Panthers. So this is 10.5 or 10 in the contest. It is 10.5. This is something I talked about with Andy, where teams playing on Monday games and having no bye afterward tend to be under 500. It's usually like 47%. This year it's like pretty brutal. I forget what exactly it is. I think it was like 8-15 for a while, for 1 week, and then I'm not sure what it is now, but it makes sense because if you have a team with less rest, less preparation time, and then versus a team that has normal prep or better, they're going to struggle. But then we kind of broke it down and we found that like bad teams coming off short rest are like anemic. They really struggle. And not only are the Panthers in that situation, they're also traveling from the West Coast to the East Coast. So even less prep time than normal. And it's a long flight. What's it, like 6 hours or so? So they basically lose the whole day because it's going from west to east. And so it's really like 2 days they're down. So they have to prepare for the Rams, the best team in the NFL, on like 2 fewer days of rest. Like that's insane to me. I don't think that they're going to do that. They have injuries too. They were down 2 linebackers Monday night. 1 guy's coming back, but they're still going to be down 1 linebacker. They're going to be down their top cornerback. They're also going to be down 3 offensive linemen. And Sean McVay is an offensive guru, like Kyle Shanahan. He's going to figure out how to exploit these situations. And the Rams have actually really been good on the East Coast at 1 o'clock. McVay is 11-6 against the spread in these situations. It's like he and some other coaches have kind of figured it out. I think Jim Harbaugh was the first one because teams used to always suck. The West Coast teams like Mike Holmgren, I think, was at 3-14 in these situations. But McVay has figured out. Harbaugh, Kyle Shanahan has a good record. Mike McDonald is 4-0. I think McDonald next week is in this situation against Atlanta. So this is like not even a bad spot. It's actually like a good spot. I feel like the Rams will be focused here given that they have to play an early game. If actually would like them less if they were at home, just I feel like they would be comfortable and like maybe would be in like a malaise or something. But on the road, I think they'll be focused here. I feel like next week they could be maybe unfocused against Arizona, given that they'll have like Seattle and Detroit on the horizon. But this game, I think they'll be focused. Like I said, best team in the NFL. Why not the best team in the NFL against a very overrated 6-6 team? So I love the Rams. They're going to be on my cards. What do you think?
I'm down to put them on there too. I mean, yeah, like the Panthers. I know that their defense has had its moments this season, but it's like, okay, let's look at their 6 wins. They beat the freaking terrible Falcons twice. They beat the Dolphins by 3. They beat the Cowboys when their defense was especially bad by 3. They beat the Jets 13-6, and they beat the Packers, which isn't that impressive coming from a Packers fan, if you ask me.
Yeah,
Green Bay is so stupidly inconsistent. So I'm just not of the belief that this Carolina team is as good as other people think. I think it's like, okay, like the defense has improved and Rico Doodle Dandy is having like some big games, and it's like, oh, like they're a good team again. Like I think they could get trashed here. None of their wins, not even the Green Bay win, is impressive to me because I I'm highly critical of my team this year, as you can see, but I don't know. I think they could. I think this could be a romp. So I'll put the Rams on if you want.
Yeah, the one team they played this year that was in Group A, and the Rams obviously are. They played at home. They lost to Buffalo 40-9. So I feel like that could be a similar result. Now the Bills were coming off a bye and a couple losses, so they were in a good spot. But the Panthers weren't in the situation where they're playing on fewer days of rest and preparation. So you can look at it that way too. So yeah, okay, we're gonna put this on the card. So what's your next game?
You think Matt Stafford gets in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, definitely.
What if he doesn't win another Super Bowl?
I think he's one of the leading passers of all time. What is he in passing yards? All time passing yards. Stafford's 9th all time in passing yards. 62,000 passing yards. He's ahead of Dan Marino.
Wow.
He's definitely in, and he's going to pass Matt Ryan this weekend. He's only 100. Let me just put it up for you to see. Here we go. So yeah, Matthew Stafford right here, number 9. He's only 130, 150 or so behind Matt Ryan. So he's gonna pass Matt Ryan, and then a little bit later he's gonna pass Philip Rivers. So by the end of the year, he's at least gonna be 7th. I don't know if he's going to quite get to Roethlisberger, but next year he's going to pass Roethlisberger and Rodgers if he retires. So next year, if Rodgers retires, he's going to be 5th all time in passing yards. Like there's no way they keep the 5th most fifth highest passer of all time out of the Hall of Fame.
Dude, check out number 16.
So literally the best in the NFL right now.
Dude, how can you ignore the 16th highest passer?
Look at Kirk Cousins is 20th. That's kind of crazy if you think about it, because he was a backup behind Griffin for a while.
Yeah. Damn, look at Bledsoe's 19.
Let's see, yeah. Bledsoe's behind Brady for at least 1 year.
Flacco's got to go in the Hall of Fame, yeah.
That I don't know. I don't know about Flacco, but
damn, Eli's 11th. I mean, well, he did play for a while.
Yeah, and he never missed any games either.
Mm-hmm.
That definitely helped him. Yep. Brady, wow. 89,000. That's wild.
Dude, Russell Wilson. I can't believe, I love to see it, man.
Poor Russell can't pass Fran Tarkin because he's not playing. He'd be 15.
Oh, hold on. Oh, put him back in there. Come on. Please. He'll get there. He won't retire until he does.
Yeah. Yeah, the Tarkin being that high is nuts, yeah.
Okay, hey, I got one for you here. How about I'm not especially in love with this, but okay, Jaguars and Titans. I bet you think I like the Titans, huh? Guess what? Surprise, I don't. I like the Jaguars. The Titans. What's that?
I thought for sure you were gonna try to talk me into the Titans. In fact, I said that to Evan last night. I'm like, I bet Tom tries to talk me into the Titans.
No way.
Go ahead. Tell me why you don't like the Titans.
Well, no, it's just like, hang on, let me bring up their They're scheduled here. Okay. Yeah, they've covered the last 3 games, and I've taken advantage of that in a couple in a couple moments. But like, come on, come on, don't be fooled. This team freaking blows chunks, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they kept it close against the Seahawks. I guarantee you, Seattle wasn't taking that seriously. Yes, I'm speculating, but dude, this team, this is the worst team I've ever seen. You're telling me they're going to cover a 4th game in a row? I don't think so, man. I don't think it's amazing that they have. Now I put them on my super contest card against the Texans, but just because that was a fantastic spot. They almost blew it. They almost blew it too.
Yeah.
But blew the. I had them +7, but it played out exactly as I thought it would, because I just like Davis Mills on the road. It's a great spot. And yeah, look, the Titans have been playing a little bit better. DK is probably going to be pretty good, man.
Yeah, I think so.
He's a great returner, and he's taken back like 2 or 3, right?
2 in the last 3 games. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's done all right receiving, and so yeah, like, but other than that, like the Titans. Well, I'll tell you what, their defense has looked all right at times. Their defense has had some moments, I'll say. I mean, they're still the worst team I've ever seen. They've improved. But I just don't know, like, how many more games is this team going to cover? We know how bad they can play. I feel like Seattle probably just was like out to lunch. Whereas like Houston on the road with Davis Mills doesn't have an offense to begin with. And their defense played well. Like the Titans didn't get that game-tying touchdown until like the very end. So really they only gave up 6 points the whole game. It's just that Houston's offense is anemic. And then before that, like the Chargers can't cover against anybody. It seems, or not against any good, or not against any bad teams, as they've proven to us. So I'm just saying, I don't know. I think the Titans are out of gas. The Jags need this win. Like I don't think that they're. Like I don't think they're going to take. It's a division game too. I don't think they're going to take it too lightly. They need every game. I just don't think that the Titans can keep putting forth these same efforts. So maybe I'm hanging my hat too much on that, but that's how I feel. I like the Jags. I don't love them, but what do you think?
Well, in that Charger game and Seahawks games, they needed the punt returns to cover. Like they got punt returns, and they needed backdoor covers at the last second to cover. So if they didn't get those punt returns, they probably wouldn't have covered those spreads. And Seattle was up 23-3 and 30-10, Mm-hmm. So I'm not like gonna read too much into that. We had the right side of Seattle last week. I think like can't bank on punt returns like random. I know it's part of the game, but like it's so random. So here I'm like, I don't know. You just said the Jaguars can take this seriously, but like they play the Colts next week, and I don't know. Like Andy was arguing your side as well, but to me, if I'm a Jaguar player and I'm like, okay, we have the Colts next after this, like we'll beat the Titans are 1-10. They're a joke, It is the divisional game, but like, if you're like put yourself in their shoes, like. Are you going to how seriously are you going to take the 1-10 team, the worst team in the NFL? Like, this is not going to be 100% effort here, Whereas the Titans want to win. They want to win these games. The Titans will play harder than the Jaguars. Like, I have no doubt. How much harder, I don't know, but like this is more of a Titans effort game than the Jaguars effort, as far as I'm concerned.
Look, and that's fair. I don't disagree, but I think like the Jags, I don't think they're looking ahead next week. They always beat the Colts at home. The Colts never beat them there.
Yep, the Colts haven't been this good though. At least not since the Andrew Luck days.
Yeah, I don't know. I just that's fair too, but I don't know. I just don't think the Titans have another one in them. I mean, are they gonna return another touchdown and? Is that all going to happen again? I don't know.
Yeah, I know. But keep this in mind too. The Jaguars had to go. They had to go to overtime to beat the Raiders and Cardinals. Like it's not like these wins haven't been really impressive, except for the Chargers win. That was impressive, but Again, the Chargers could just be terrible. At least before the bye, they were terrible. So I'm taking the Titans for the first time all year.
Wow.
But I'm not betting. I can't bring myself to bet this game. And I told Evan, I'm like, you know what? If Tom really sells me on the Titans, I'll put them on the card. But I'm kind of surprised that you're not on the Titans. But
yeah, not this time around.
Yeah,
not this time around. I've taken them a couple times this year. I usually stay away because they are bad. I mean, this is the worst team I've seen in 30 years of watching football. I think.
Well, a win next week over Indy means nothing. Do we lose this game? Well, I mean, if Indy loses, then it's basically the same. You're kind of static there. You know, you're still in first place if you win next week. If Indy loses, you know, I don't know. I'm just figuring out player motivation is like one of the hardest things to do because we're not in the locker room. We don't really know what they're thinking. I'm just thinking like putting myself in their shoes when I know like our game of the year is next week. Like if we beat the Colts, we have a really good chance to win the division. But standing our way is this 1-10 team. Like, what am I doing? If I'm a player, I'm like, I'm watching film on the Colts already. I'm not watching film on the stupid Titans. But maybe that's just me. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know, man. I mean, this Titans. It's just hard for me to back them again. Like they're like a team, you know. Like they always say, like don't back bad teams, right? But like, yeah, like if you can find like even the worst teams are going to have spots, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, of course. But it's just like I don't know. I've kind of like. Those spots are going to be few and far between with a team like Tennessee, and it's hard for me to see them covering a fourth in a row. Though, I mean, your points have merit.
And the Titans are playing better. Cam Ward's running now. Shamari DK has emerged as a weapon, and Jeffrey Simmons is back. You know, like they're better now than they were a month ago. I don't think there's any doubting that. Maybe not that much better, but they are a little bit better.
Tennessee, yeah, of course,
yeah.
yeah, because I've been following them, you know, because I've taken them a couple times, but it's still tough. Like very very rarely do I like watch their games and feel anything but like hopeless for them, like while on offense, offense. And I'm not, you know. It's just like I think we mentioned earlier, like you know, like this game's over before it began. Like you know, you can hope maybe they'll move the ball this time. No, it's just it won't. Now I will say their defense has I've seen their defense play okay for a 1-10 team, right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I'm not trying to suggest they're dominant in any way, but I don't know. I just feel like they're running out of spots here. I would take Jacksonville, but I'll probably just let it go.
Let's see. Someone's asking, do you think Matthew Stafford's wife cheating on him affects his Hall of Fame chances? Actually, it's proven that when a wife cheats on a player, that player has a 54% better chance of getting into Hall of Fame. It's actually according to Football Outsiders. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
I was like, wow. This is the first I'm hearing about this, Bryce Kaler. So
yeah, I want to hear Walt thinks he seems so. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for thinking I'm smart. I really appreciate it, guys. I needed the confidence boost. I don't really care. Well, I did miss my high school reunion, so you know, I needed a confidence boost. Actually, I said this earlier. My friend was like, he's like, why aren't you here? I've no one to talk to. It's like, yeah, sounds like I really missed a lot there. We had $85 for a photo booth. It's great.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I can't believe they put it on the same day as the Eagles game. How stupid can you be? I don't know.
That is dumb.
So dumb. Just look at the freaking schedule. Maybe get it on Saturday. There's not gonna be so much traffic downtown for the Eagles game.
Yeah. Well, maybe the way the game turned out, they're glad they missed it, huh?
Maybe. I do know. I mean, I do know one person who didn't go because they're going to be at the Eagles game. So like, why would you do that? I don't seem very.
Could you imagine going to the Eagles game and being like, oh, I wish I went to the reunion?
I know that I wanted the pictures from the photo booth, even though we have phones that can do that. Like, why? I can't get over. I just can't get over that. They were charging $85 for a buffet and a photo booth, like as if we don't have these devices that take pictures. Like I get it if it was 1990, but we have phones. We don't need
Yeah.
photo booths. So what are we doing here?
It's like a fun novelty thing.
Was your high school crush at the reunion? Well, I'm married, so I'm not like, what was I gonna do anyway? Actually, my high school crush was actually she was a year above me, so she wouldn't have been. Her reunion would have been last year, her 25th. So, but she's married as well, so like even like whatever, nothing was gonna happen. So, I'm married to 2 kids, so I was not gonna do anything there. Anyway, it's my turn to pick a game, right? So, we've covered a bunch of games so far. How many games have we not covered? We have not covered Falcons, Jets, 49ers, Browns. That's 2. Vikings, Seahawks, Bills, Steelers.
Yeah, none of these.
And five Giants, Patriots. So we haven't covered 5 games. The best and probably my favorite game of the week is Seahawks over Vikings. If you want to talk about matchups versus matchups and spots, like this is like the perfect marriage of that. Because matchup wise, super easy, right? Max Brosmer is starting for the Vikings, who played at New Hampshire, 1 year at Minnesota. He's a smart guy and he's accurate, like in the short field, and his mechanics are good, but like he has no deep arm. He's a noodle arm. He's not mobile. And like with no mobility against the Seattle front that gets a lot of pressure, the most pressures per game this year, even though Denver is like has crazy sack numbers. Seattle actually has more pressures than Denver this year. Like that's just gonna be a nightmare. And on top of that, Minnesota might be without Christian Darrisaw, who barely practiced this week. They're gonna be missing their rookie guard Donovan Jackson, so they could be down 2 linemen, including their all-pro left tackle. So that's like a huge issue. And then on the other side, you have Sam Darnold against the Minnesota defense that blitzes the most in the NFL. Sam Darnold's really good against the blitz. He has better numbers against the blitz than not blitz this year. Like he completes 65% of his passes when he's blitzed. His YPA is 10.2, which is like much higher than it is when he's not blitzed. So you have that advantage. And then you look at the spot, like this is Sam Darnold revenge all the way. Like the Vikings could have re-signed him. Instead, they let him walk, and then they kept JJ McCarthy instead. So he has to be pissed about that. His teammates are going to have his back because he's their new leader. Like this is an easy spot for Seattle, I think. So and I think the line's short. I think this line should be like 14. So like, what are we doing here with the spread? Like Max Brosmer is going to cover against the second best defense in the NFL. Like this has like 38-3 written all over it. I love Seattle. I'm going to bet the minus 20.5 alt line. What do you think about this?
Holy cow. I like the Seahawks too. We can put them on the card, but my only reservation is you said Brosmer went to Minnesota?
For 1 year, yeah.
He's a Golden Gopher, man. I don't want to bet against the Golden Gophers. You didn't tell me he was a Golden Gopher, man. I don't know.
That changed completely. Sorry.
Yeah, that doesn't worry you at all?
No.
Yeah, let's put the Seahawks on the card. This Vikings team has been awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
Horrible.
It's just like McCarthy. Again, talk about like, it's funny because I think I'd almost take this over the last few weeks, this Titans team that has shown some improvement and that offense over what I've seen with JJ McCarthy and the Vikings. It's like that game this past week, especially. Oh my God. It was like, you have like this hope, like when it's 10-6 and they're going to somehow hold on or keep it close and cover 6.5. It's like that offense, like I knew they weren't going to get a first down.
Yeah.
Is horrible. And like, what's going to happen? I mean, I guess you could argue it could only get better. Okay. Yeah. Brosmer, a guy we've never heard of. Yeah. He's going to do terrible. But okay. Yeah. Probably he's not going to do very well, but like, can it get any worse? Really? I mean, Brosmer's got to be an upgrade. There's no way he's not. As strange as that might sound, I'm not saying a substantial upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless. It can't be worse.
What if he's the next? What if he's the next Tom Brady?
Yeah. What if it's Brosmer's coming out party
right.
this game? That's the thing, and I don't know. I mean, other than that, I think the Seahawks looks easy here to me.
Yeah, we feel the same way.
Yeah, let's put them on. But...
All right. We have Seattle. We have 4 definites. We need one more, and it is your turn to pick a game. So, what do you like?
Okay. Well, we have 4 definites now. Okay.
Yep. And,
okay. Yeah.
I was about to say I was going to recap. We have Saints, Rams, Seahawks, and Redskins.
Okay. What's up with this Bills pick?
Yeah.
-3. What's going on here? That seems too easy.
I know, right?
This doesn't seem right.
No,
I'll tell you what. I like the Bills more if Rodgers plays. He sucks.
Well, he doesn't have an injury. He doesn't have an injury designation, so he's going to play.
He's going to play. Okay, bring it on. But this seems way too easy. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I like the Texans against the Bills on Thursday night, and yeah, the Texans defense really did show up. But it's like, okay, I don't know. Like the Steelers defense, like what they've had like 2 good games maybe. And they're off like, okay, like I'll say this about like the Texans. Like, yeah, they had their offense is horrible, but they have a great defense. Like the Steelers, like they don't really have either. Their offense sucks. I'm sorry. The Steelers can't run the ball. They can't do it. Rodgers it's just over, you know. He had his time, he had his heyday, and it's just gone. I don't understand why this has got to be a trap, man. Is this a trap of some kind? Because the Bills, to me, seems very easy.
Well, you did have sharp money coming in on Pittsburgh today, taking it down from 3.5 to 3. And I'm on Pittsburgh personally here.
Are you serious? Why?
Buffalo's down both of its tackles. This is Charger type situation here. Like they're going to block. Alex Highsmith's coming back too this week, so you're going to have TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith against backup tackles. Like that's going to be brutal. Now, I know that we had the situation with Chargers at Steelers with the same thing. Well, no, it was at Chargers. Sorry, it was at Chargers, but still, you had Steelers versus Chargers with no tackles, and yet the Steelers still didn't cover. The difference, though, is that the Chargers have a top 10 defense. The Bills' defense is ranked 24th overall in EPA. And they're going to be missing Terrell Bernard, one of their linebackers. Their linebackers are a mess. Matt Milano's not healthy. Bernard is going to be out. Yeah, I like the Steelers here. And at the beginning of the week, I thought Bills here because it looked like Metcalf was going to be out. Rodgers banged up, but Rodgers was full in practice. Metcalf's going to play, no injury designation. And the Steelers are getting Highsmith back, like I said. So, yeah, I'm with the pro money here. I actually like the Steelers. I might put on the card. Evan tried to talk me out of it yesterday, and maybe you will too. But we've seen the Bills lose a couple in a row. This is a trend. I remember talking to Andy about this. Andy pointed out how the Bills they generally lose 2 in a row before turning it around. Earlier this year, they lost to the Patriots, and then they lost to the Falcons. Now here. And last year, remember, they got smoked by the Ravens and they lose to the Texans. Like this year, they lose to the Texans and then maybe lose to Pittsburgh without their 2 tackles. Like no Deion, and these are not just like run-of-the-mill tackles. Like Deion Dawkins is a Pro Bowler. Spencer Brown's really good. He's a really good player. Not having those guys is a huge downgrade against Watt and Highsmith. Like that's a big edge for Pittsburgh. Like really, how are they going to protect Josh Allen, who, by the way, took 8 sacks? And now he's not going to have his tackles. I don't know, man. It seems like a rough spot for Buffalo here.
Who's going to be in for the Steelers? Russell Wilson or?
They just traded for him.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot he's not on there anymore. I don't know. It seems like to me, like this line seems like it's begging you to take Buffalo. It seems really easy.
Oh,
and yeah, I know, like they're capable of like losing to anybody. That's like they lost. I was thinking of that Falcons game that they lost. We like the Falcons in that one too.
Yeah,
and it's just, I don't know. It's just sometimes this Steelers offense is just horrible.
Yeah,
horrible. Like, what if this ends up being like another, like when we had them against the Chargers, and it's like, oh, like maybe this will be like a low scoring defensive game, and they'll get the cover, and it's like they get their asses kicked. Like, I don't know. I guess
Right.
I'm afraid it's going to be like another one like that.
But that's why I brought up that like this is different because the Chargers have a top 10 defense and Buffalo's defense is 24th.
Yeah, that's fair.
So they'll be able to move the ball here. I'm not like I'm pretty confident they can move the ball. And the Bills have had some sketchy losses this year too, or like sketchy close calls, like losing to Miami. The Saints, if Cooks catches a touchdown, they go up in the fourth quarter. They lose to Atlanta. We saw Atlanta lose some horrible games too. Like they lost to Atlanta. They lose to the Texans. Not that that's like that sketchy of a loss, but still, they lost that game. So they're certainly capable of playing down to their opponent, as we've seen multiple times this year.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I like the Bills here, but I don't know. I can't back the Steelers. I don't think, man.
Yeah, I don't blame you for thinking that way, just because we've been burned by them. But I don't think past performances should dictate what you're going to do moving forward. And I just think that this is a different situation than what we've seen. Compared to the Chargers game. I mean.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. I don't know. It would have to be Bills or nothing for me. I'll probably just end up staying away.
Okay. All right. Well, we have 3 games left to figure out what we're gonna do. Now, maybe our maybe will make it. So we have not talked about Falcons, Jets, 49ers, Browns, and the Monday night game. Of the 3, I want to say I don't know, between the Giants and the Browns. I can't decide which one I like better. Let's stick with the Browns here. So the Niners coming off a short week, which is fine for them because they're a good team. But this is a Niners team that just hasn't been that impressive in a lot of their games this year. Like for example, they beat the Cardinals by 1 point. For example, I can rattle off some other games too. And most of their wins have been by fewer than 4 points. Or 4 points or fewer. So I feel like this should be a close game, especially against a Browns defense that's great. Kyle Shanahan was able to really take advantage of the Panthers linebackers Monday night. And whenever you have like an offensive guru like Shanahan and they have liabilities, like they'll be able to take advantage. But the Browns have no liabilities on their defense. So like, I don't know what Shanahan's going to do here. And then you have Brock Purdy, who threw 3 interceptions in the first half. That was against a Panthers defense that sucks. Like what are the Browns going to do? Like, and obviously they have the pass rush and everything. I don't really see the Niners scoring all that much. And also, I hate looking at the weather because it's so like that in itself is unpredictable. But they're calling for potential snow and 20-mile-an-hour winds. So that would affect the Niners more than the Browns because the Browns can't. We know the Browns can't throw. Maybe like the Shador dump offs could be great, but he's not going to really throw downfield. But the Niners that'll hurt them more because they're going to throw more in the Cleveland. So I'm looking at Cleveland here as a side. I'm not overly eager to bet on Shador, but I do think the Browns are the right side. So plus 4.5. What do you think about this game?
This is tough for me because I don't like my hatred for the 49ers is strong. But I don't know, especially with the weather conditions, man, I'm gonna take, a more veteran, Kittle and McCaffrey and to some extent Purdy over Shador Sanders. And I mean, like, aren't we gonna feel silly? Like, I don't know. It's like, okay, like he had a couple moments in the last game. But then what if he comes out, and especially in inclement weather conditions or, of whatever kind, and he looks like he did at the end of the Ravens game and like they can't generate any points. It's just, and yeah, I know the 49ers are seriously banged up on defense, but I don't know, especially if like it causes for like an unorthodox, if the weather creates a need for an unorthodox game plan of sorts. I'm sticking with the players with more experience here on the 49ers. Like, do I trust Shador Sanders to do that? And like, I mean, okay, like, I know people go back and forth on this. He sucks. Like, oh no, like why do people root against him and X, Y, and Z? It's really neither here nor there. But it's just like I've seen how low that floor can go. Okay, and it might get worse. And in tough weather conditions, am I going to bet on him staying the same or getting better against a really experienced coach? I don't know. That's tough. But I don't know. I don't know if I can lay all those points on the road for the 49ers. Don't the Browns historically, they've covered at least maybe just one time against the 49ers, but I feel like a couple times in the last couple of years. But
I'm not sure about that, but I'll say this, that like I think you make good points about trusting the veteran team in these sort of situations. But I trust them to win, not necessarily cover 4.5. Also, though, when Shador came in against the Ravens have a top 10 defense with their starters. The Niners have no defense. Like they're down so many linebackers. They have no pass rush to speak of. They just have a lot of issues here. And I think that, we could see Judkins have a good game here. I don't really see the Niners scoring that many points. Now I don't see the Browns scoring that many points either, but I think this could be like a 16-13 game, or there are not any field goals, maybe 17-14 or something. Or I don't know. Maybe 14-13, one team missed an extra point or something. I think it'll be close. I just don't see Shanahan doing all that much against the Browns defense. But again, I'm not like, this might make one of my cards, maybe. Again, this is like Arizona. It could be like my 5th pick. So just wanted to bring this one up.
Yeah, I just get nervous, and I think your points have merit. I just get nervous. It's like, what if this turns into like a Dorian Thompson-Robinson game, and it's like 35-7 somehow,
Yeah, but Justina Anderson said that Shador is good, so.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, no, but it's like, what if that happens? And like, there's definitely a chance that could happen. That could happen in any game.
Sure. Yeah.
So I think that's my biggest hesitation. But I think you're right too. Like, it could be 16-13, and then we're like, we should have known in like a tough weather game it would be, because I don't like, the 49ers have a lot of things working against them. So I'll probably stay away from this one, but
okay.
I think I'd go with San Francisco if I had to.
All right. Well, between Atlanta Jets and Patriots Giants, who do you want to talk about?
Okay. How about this? Let's see here. Patriots Giants. Oh man. What if let's take the Patriots. They probably want revenge for the Super Bowls.
Yeah, no one on the team anymore. Yes.
Yeah, no, there's someone maybe from the custodial staff or something.
The water boy.
yeah. Actually, how have these two teams? I know they don't meet up head to head very often, but wonder how they have done. I feel like the Giants usually do beat them. Not that has any bearing. I'm just more curious. Not that it has any bearing on the outcome of this game.
I'm looking that up right now. So, how have the Patriots done? The Patriots, dating back to 1990, the Patriots are 6-5 straight up, but 3-8 against the spread against the Giants.
Wow.
This is kind of crazy. Since 2007, they have met 7 times. The Giants are 6-1 against the spread against the Patriots.
Wow.
But
then again, just from the eye test. Go ahead.
I was saying, like, the years in which they met are 2023, 2019, 2015, then twice in 2011, obviously once with the Super Bowl, and then 2007 twice, once with the Super Bowl, and then 2003. So like this is like the Olympics, like once every 4 years they meet.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, the Giants, I feel like, just have been deflated in like every way possible this season. From the games they've lost to the way they've lost their games. I mean, look, let's just kind of and the injuries. Look, they lost. They took the Lions to overtime. They were winning that game against the Packers. They blew 10-point lead against the Bears. That game, remember that game against the Broncos, like, and the injuries, it's just like they've been a really fun team to watch actually through it all for the most part of the season. So it's just like, I don't know. Are they going to continue to get up? I think they've been deflated in so many ways.
Yeah, that's
Are
fair.
they? Oh, and they're interconference on the road.
Of course.
So that helps somebody.
So yeah,
No,
someone.
but I don't know, man. I mean, we've sat here several weeks and been like, okay, Jameis is capable of doing well, and hey, he's played well, and it's like, but who's he going to throw to? It's like, well, he's found some people to throw to, I guess, So I don't know. Are they going to keep getting up? I guess when you have Jameis at the helm, maybe you can count on that. But I don't know.
It's Jackson Dart is playing this game.
Oh, is Dart coming back?
Yeah.
Jeez, I'm a dumbass, so I don't know. Well, actually, that makes me likes the Patriots more. I really do. Then.
Oh, you like the Patriots more? Okay.
Yeah.
You don't care about the offensive line injuries for the Patriots. No left tackle. They're actually the entire left side of the line is out.
I don't know. I mean, I would still lean towards the Patriots. I don't know. I feel like every time like a good quarterback comes back from injury, it's like just from the eye test seems underwhelming. Seems like a good fade spot. I'm not in love with either side, but here, by the way.
I would normally agree with that, especially with concussions. Like there's a I was documenting this, or at least I used to. Quarterbacks coming off concussions like tend to do poorly. However, it looked like the Giants held Jackson Dart out an extra week. Like it looked like because he missed 2 games instead of 1, and so I thought they were just making sure that he's 100%. So I don't think it necessarily applies in this situation.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to back the Giants here. Do you like the Giants?
I like them a bit. I don't know if they're going to make the card. I do like the strength is their pass rush, and the Patriots are missing their left tackle and left guard. So I think that should help them. However, Dexter Lawrence has not practiced yet. That's like obviously a big deal. I mean, he's a great player, and Kayvon Thibodeau is gonna be out, but they have other edge rushers. But no, Dexter Lawrence is a big deal. Something I like in this game, and this also is a case to be made to back the Raiders. The Giants fired the defense coordinator. The Raiders fired their offensive coordinator. Usually, when teams fire coaches, the players will play harder because they don't want the finger pointed at them. Because like if it's not the coordinator, then who is it? They don't want to be blamed for this stuff. So they're going to be on high alert. And so I think it'll help both the Giants and Raiders this week. Now the Raiders might just be too far gone, but the Giants have at least shown some fight here in a lot of their games. You mentioned that they could have won a bunch of games this year that they lost. And I just feel like this game should be close. Patriots past couple weeks haven't been that impressive. Like they needed a front door field goal to cover against the Jets off a turnover. And then last week, the Bengals were driving to potentially win the game. The Patriots had 10 plays at the 1. They couldn't score. I don't know. Something's going on there. Something like it feels like they hit a wall or something to me. And just remember how easy their schedule is. Like they're 10-2. They played nothing but crap all year, except for a couple games. Now you could argue the Giants are also crap, but do the Patriots deserve to be favored by 7.5? I really don't think so. I think this line's like a touch too high. I think like 6.5 is probably right, or 6. So I would back the Giants, but not necessarily enthusiastic about it. And Andy says, gentlemen, heading out for late dinner. Wanted to wish everyone a successful weekend. Thanks, Andy. Yeah, thanks, Andy. Good luck this weekend, and have a great dinner. Yeah, I'm kind of hungry.
Yeah, have fun at Arby's.
Oh man, I want some Arby's. I just wish it was 24/7. I'd go right now.
Oh, yours isn't 24/7.
Yours is?
No.
I was about to say. Like, I was going to tell my wife we got to move out there.
You should have asked anyone at the reunion if they live near a 24-hour Arby's. Dude,
if I went. My 30-year reunion, that's going to be my first question. Actually, my wife does not like Arby's. So I was like, last Friday, she's like, "I want to get something for dinner," and I'm like, "What?" How about Arby's? She's like, "Arby's." I'm
Oh
like,
wow, okay.
yeah. And we ended up with Salad Works, which my friend Josh would always call it Salad Worst.
Oh,
Because
is it bad?
it's so mediocre. Like the crazy thing is like you can get better salads like almost anywhere. Like Wendy's has better salads than Salad Works.
Really?
Chick-fil-A salads are much better than Salad Works salads. I do like the soups at Salad Works, I'll say that, but their salads are just so mediocre. I don't know. They have a lot of options though. I'll say that like you can make your salad however you want. You can't really do that unless you're at a buffet like salad, like a salad.
Right.
But like at these restaurants they have like pre-made salads. Like Wendy's, they have like a taco. Their taco salad is good. Chick-fil-A, their Southwest spicy salad is really good. But you can't like customize it. You know, you can't be like, oh, I want corn here, or I want barbecue chicken on this. So like at least you can do that at Salad Works, which is nice. But like it's just not that. It's not great. It's not like a great meal. It's a fine meal. It's fine. It's okay. You know. So it's not the worst.
I've never been.
I can't believe you've never been to Salad Works. That's wild. Man, next time you're up here, we're going to Salad Works. We're gonna live it up.
That would be awesome. And then we'll have Arby's.
It's right next to each other, actually.
No way.
Well, yeah. They have not right next to it. It's like they have Salad Works, then Five Guys, and then Arby's.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So sometimes, like I did this a few weeks ago. We got Salad Works again, and then I stopped at Arby's on the way home, and I got steak nuggets.
Nice.
And, oh man, I told you what I did with the steak nuggets. It was so good. I initially I had A1 sauce. And I took a fork and like I dipped it in, put it in my mouth. And I'm like, what am I doing? This is stupid. So it comes in a cup. And so I just poured A1 sauce into the cup. and then I just was eating with a fork with the A1 sauce all drenched all over it. It was
there you go.
It was unbelievable. It was great.
Oh, we love Arby's here.
Oh yeah. Arby's, if you're listening, you could sponsor us. That'd be great.
That would really be awesome.
We need more subs. So guys, please hit subscribe. We need what do we need Arby's to sponsor us? Like 20K subs or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like 6K
yeah, we need tell them we'll take payment in sandwiches too.
I go for that actually. Yeah, dinner's expensive these days.
You just get like a card that you show, like it's good for like 2 value meals every single day. Dude, you'd be set.
Oh my God. This is not back in the day when I was in high school. McDonald's had 59-cent cheeseburger. It's like dinners is super expensive. I would go for that in a heartbeat.
Absolutely. Yeah. You like the Jets, huh?
No. But what? You like the Jets?
You were going Jets, Jets back in the green room.
I'm going Falcons, Falcons.
You like the Falcons here, huh?
So real quick, was my go-to Arby's order. Their cheeseburgers are awesome. I had cheeseburger, fries, and I usually go mozzarella sticks as well, but their steak nuggets are good too. So I'll do like cheeseburger with the fries, and then curly fries, of course, and then small steak nuggets, small mozzarella sticks. Because I've done large both, and I can eat it, but like I don't. It's a little too much. I feel like bloated afterward. So
wow,
that's what I do.
I usually go with the double roast beef with horsey sauce and a side of the jalapeno poppers. You know.
Okay.
So you can't go wrong.
Okay.
They have a lot. They used to have, they have the chicken sandwiches aren't bad either.
Yeah, they're really good. Arby's is great. Everything's good there.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, you like? So who do you like? Who do you like here?
I really don't have I mean, I like the Falcons. I don't know why. I mean, both these teams are terrible, but I don't know.
The Jets are terrible. The Falcons are just terrible sometimes.
He's gonna be in their cousins, huh?
So I initially look at this. I'm like, fade the Jets, right? They suck, and you only have to lay 2.5 to fade the Jets. I said this is like a Black Friday deal. Like you're gonna fade the Jets. They're only -2.5. Like this week only. But you have to trust Kirk Cousins off a win outside as a road favorite, and you also have to trust Raheem Morris off a win.
No Drake London, right?
No Drake London. You have that's the big thing for me. You have to trust Raheem Morris off a win as your road favorite. When have we seen that fail before? You know, I have like PTSD with this, this like, because I was thinking about putting this on the card. I'm like, do I really want to go through this again? I don't know, man.
Well, no, this has the makings of like a 17-16 nonsense too.
Yeah. You're 100% right. Yeah, I agree.
The Jets. What was the last? Shoot, let me bring up their schedule.
The last time they won, well, they beat the Bengals, and then who else did they beat? They won one other win,
and they beat the Browns.
Browns, right? And they two return touchdowns in that game. So stupid. I bet the Jets team total under, and they're like return touchdown. It's like, come on,
so
you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Like
that game sucked. That game sucked. Wait, are they coming off a bye, or was that just last week? It was Ravens.
Yeah, last week was Ravens. Yeah, then no bye.
Okay. Oh, I don't know, man. I don't think I can back either of these teams.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I think I'm off this game. So, well, Tom, we have 4 definites and a maybe. Sounds like a movie. So let me put the definites on the screen here. So, do you want to get rid of any of these? Hold on, spacing's better here. Saints +6 against Saints +6 against I'm drawing a blank here. We've been on for too long. Against the Dolphins. Yeah. Rams -10.5 against the Panthers. Seahawks -12.5 against the Vikings, and then Redskins +5.5 against the Broncos.
Yeah, let's keep all those.
All right, and our maybe, I don't have to even copy paste because we have one. Our maybe is, and you're not going to be a huge fan of this. Maybe Houston +3.5.
We can put Houston on there as the 5th one.
Okay. All right. Well,
that'll work for me. I mean, it definitely makes sense. I just that seems so weird. I'm surprised that they're favored at all. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that.
You're the Colts?
Yeah, if he's got a freaking broken leg, man.
Yeah, but they're saying that he's looking good in practice. Yeah, I think people are like buying into that.
Okay. All right. Keep them on then, baby. Let's do it.
Yeah. All right. All right. We're just under 3 hours. Do you have anything else to add before we sign off?
I think that's it for me.
Okay. Yeah.
I appreciate everyone hanging out and had a great time with you as always, Walt.
Yeah, absolutely. Always a blast doing this with you. Follow Tom Quacky _T on Twitter. All right, Tom posts pics sometimes, right?
Yeah, another nonsense, you know.
Yeah. So follow Tom. Or Thanksgiving, if you're Sunday games, you're forced to pick some worse games.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's why they don't schedule any buys on Thanksgiving week. So and then we'll have the 4 more buys at next week, and then that'll be at Giants, Patriots, Niners, and Panthers are the 4 teams that haven't had their buys yet. So and then that's it. Then we have a 4-week sprint until the end of the season. After that, can't believe the season's gone by so quickly.
We're gonna be talking draft here soon.
I know.
Well, I mean, I know you're doing it already, but I mean, like, when we're
the draft props to Charlie,
man.
Yeah, Charlie will have some gems for us, I'm sure. All right. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching and commenting. Really appreciate it. Especially to Dom for the $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Dom. You guys, I always say this all the time. You guys keep the show going because YouTube ads don't pay much. So, all right. I hope you guys have a great weekend and have fun watching the games, and good luck with all your bets. please hit like, subscribe, comment below, share this video, visit walterfootball.com, especially subscribe because we need those 20K subs for Arby's to sponsor us. Let's go. Please subscribe. We need to get to 6K first before 20K. But anyway, we'll be back next week with a full schedule. So, all right, guys, have a great night, great rest of your weekend, and I'll talk to you on Tuesday.